Steel Toe Morning Show.
Good evening and welcome to the first Steel Toe evening show of year number 10. Welcome to the program. I'm Aaron Imholt. That's April.
Howdy.
Fresh off of the 9th anniversary party, and Gino and I discussed this on Compound Media today. Also, shout out to the boss man, Anthony Cumia, for talking a little bit about the anniversary show.
Pretty cool.
On today's show also. E-Rock sent me a little screenshot of him and Chrissy talking about it, and I wrote to him. I said, I'm listening to it right now. Thank you very much. I was on In Hot Water today. Holy fuck, man. I've never spoken to Bill Schultz. I've never met Bill Schultz in my life. We had a show on In Hot Water today that was fucking hilarious.
Very funny. And
Bill,
you got an invite, it sounds like?
We're going to do, you and I are going to do morning. With Bill and Joanne at some point here. I know they're on like right as we get off, so we should be able to do that one pretty easily.
Lucky us.
Yeah, Bill, oh my God, Bill and I just, basically we're just switching between Mickey and Rocky yelling at Gino and stopping him from doing his whole show. We just put a stop to his entire show, and it was all based on the picture of Keanu taking care of him, which we'll go through all the pictures. So Johnny and I kind of recanted our memories.
Yeah.
But April has a whole photo album that we'll go through. I can't play the Keanu golf thing that you sent me. It's too poorly mixed. The music is too loud.
Okay.
So you can't hear any of the audio. The music needs to be, the radio guy.
Sorry, Keanu. I liked it.
I didn't say it was bad. It's just the old school radio guy in me. The music needs to come under the vocals.
It was very cute, though.
It was adorable. It was very nice. But yeah, that In Hot Water today was really funny and worth going to check out. And also, thank you to all of you who have been buying your tickets for the Chrissy Mayer show that we're booking and promoting here from Steel Toe. We're bringing Chrissy in to Sartell, and you guys have responded by in the first. We're not even 24 hours into ticket sales.
Posted it last night.
Yeah, for the October 21st show, and dozens of tickets already sold. And I will say this: there's the link in the chat, by the way. If you'd like to come. It's Saturday, October 21st. It's at Partners Pub in Sartell. It's one of kind of our home venues. Jason's awesome. He and Cheetos both not only let us do comedy shows whenever we want, but also big contributors to this program.
Love us. Love
as
them.
Well. I mean, almost with the amount that Jason pumps into this show, I would say that Partners Pub is a de facto advertiser.
Yes.
Of this program.
And
if you want to go bowling, you want to grab, and you know what's awesome about, because we've eaten there and bowled there and done an event there, they're kind of an event center more than anything else.
They do it all.
They're like, you think of bowling alleys and you think of like burger baskets and shit like that, but that restaurant is just completely separate from the bowling alley. It's a nice, beautiful bar, beautiful tables.
Yes.
beautiful actual bar area, and the food is great.
I love it there. I love Jason. Jason's, like you said, very, very supportive. Makes us feel right at home, much as Cheetos did all weekend.
Yeah.
And I wanted to publicly thank him for his huge donation this morning.
Yeah. So, and by the way, because of Cheetos, boys and girls, we will be doing where are we at? 50. I think we're like $55 away from tonight's goal. We had no goal on the morning show, and you guys were knocking into tonight's during the morning show. So I don't know if you want to pay it forward and give the morning show a boost or not. You don't have to, but 55 away tonight. Thank you very much. You're getting our 10th year off to a great start. Also, I want to test the Rumble chat because the Rumble stream went a little bucky on me today. I had to delete the first one, start a new one. This was at like 6:30, but it looks like it's okay now. Hung Solo says, "Hate you motherfuckers. I tried to sign up to Compound, and what a joke. I even emailed them asking for help. Missed Gino's show. Oh, their Android app is too old to update. I listen on my Android app all the time."
I do too. I think that Chevrolet JB messaged me about it today or someone too and said, it's like my phone's too old to get the app or something, but you can go on your browser and go to compoundmedia.com, and it's, in my opinion, very easy to sign up for.
Yeah, you can also do compoundmedia.com, and I've always found it easy to sign up for Compound.
Really easy. They have a free pass.
Start your account on the browser, like open all that stuff up anyway. Yeah. I don't like starting accounts on my phone anyway. I get frustrated too easily. But
you start on the browser and then download the app and just log in.
Yeah. Hung Solo says, joking about hating you. Oh, well, thank God you're joking about that part.
Christ.
That's wonderful.
How could we lose you?
But yeah, man, I've never been on a show with Bill Schultz before, and he was very funny.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was his birthday, and
yes, happy birthday, Bill Schultz.
You know, Gino's the kind of host where if people are doing well, he'll just sit the fuck back and, he
knows where the talent's at, right?
How many times on this show have either Corey or Johnny or you or Oz or somebody else been doing a thing, and I just sit there and I go, we'll get to the next thing when we get to it. I mean, I guess, Friday's show with Gino, that Owen Benjamin thing, we finally got to it after 4 hours and then went to it for 10 minutes and went, all right, Gino, go ahead. Why don't you just sum that up and then we'll just move on.
It's really just the sign of a true host.
Yes.
Just sit aside for a second.
Or laziness. I'm not really sure.
Friday was maybe just a little of both.
Yeah, we had but a lot of great reviews of that Rumble Friday show, so go check it out. I also had people at the anniversary show swearing. They're like, dude, you should just do Rumble. You should only do the show on Rumble. When you were suspended, we knocked out all the goals on Rumble. When you do Rumble Friday, we tear through those goals, no problem. You got, 300-400 more people listening to you at a time. When you do Rumble Fridays, you got 700 or 800 Monday through Thursday. You got 1,100 on Friday. Guys,
people like the spiciness too.
Look, I'm thinking of it. There's 2 or 3 more things Rumble has to do.
Okay.
And I think I'm ready to pull the trigger on that deal. Plus, there's so few people compared to YouTube using Rumble that you're kind of in on the ground floor in a weird way. Yeah. So you're kind of grandfathered in of any cool shit they do.
You get a bigger chunk of the audience, I think, right now.
I think it's great. We're gonna go through all the photos of the anniversary party. We're gonna go through. We got a lot of news. I can't wait to get to that Wisconsin state or county fair story with the prize-winning cow.
Don't know about it.
You don't remember that one? I told you guys, you girls and Gino. Well, you girls, about it this weekend.
Was that the time to tell us?
We were all Gino and I were about to fall asleep. No, it was in the morning on Friday after the show. And I showed him the story. There is a prize-winning cow at a county fair in Wisconsin named, and I'm going to mute the mics. And that was the name of the cow. And they've,
I believe I heard you say that word at the comedy show. I was calling the cow?
Right, I was referencing the cow.
Yeah.
Right.
It's okay if it's a name, right?
It wasn't a hard ooh. So it was fine. Let's go into the chat. Let's talk to you boys and girls, and then we'll get into the anniversary show stuff. K-Fallen wants to know, did anyone's car get fucked up at the show? My wife and I think the party bus backed into a car. We heard a large crunch when we passed.
Jesus Christ.
Uh-oh.
No,
you know what? You might have heard a loud crunch. And I'm not joking. They might have run over
a bottle,
beer cans.
Yeah.
They might have run over plastic cups. They might have run over some stuff. I know people in that tournament were leaving stuff around.
Fingers crossed, right?
But who knows? Who knows? In hot water today was fucking hilarious, says Tim. Well, thank you very much, buddy.
It was very good.
I appreciate
that. Yeah, that was kind of my intro to Bill, too, because usually in the mornings I don't get time to listen to their show. Unfortunately, I should go back and listen. He's very funny.
Matt Field says, wait, you bums didn't knock out $55 this morning? No. The morning show audience, no. It started at a certain amount of the evening show, and they got it down to 50. Like, they helped you guys. I know that you guys bail out that morning show every once in a while, but sometimes they help you out, too. It does happen. Grinch Girl says, we've been to Partners Pub more for food than bowling. Great play. Yeah, it's really awesome that you guys just show up. I haven't even told April about what Frank said they might be adding to that show coming up in October. The Chrissy Mayer, Lila Hart,
of course.
Me, the whole steel toe thing.
What?
Yeah. Hold on a second. Let me. That would be pretty cool.
I would think that's very cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
No Pen 15 Fathead said Cheetos is a hardworking motherfucker. He did an amazing job. Yeah, he did great.
He's wonderful.
He did
Salt
great.
of the earth, as Gino says.
Paul R. Nelson says, I've never heard of anyone having problems with the Compound app.
It's pretty easy, I think.
I've always found it to be really easy. I honestly, I hate when apps update. Like, I try to avoid them. I don't turn the Wi-Fi on my phone for that reason.
I never have Wi-Fi on.
I don't like updating apps. I fucking hate it. Delco Lou says, how were the Philly cheesesteaks at the anniversary show? From what I hear from people, they were awesome. I know I talked to the food truck guys. They said they had a very good day.
Yep.
Business-wise.
I did too. Her and I messaged back and forth after as well, and they said they'd love to come back for us. Also, obviously food trucks get business by good reviews, so if you'd like to visit Westie's, what was it called? Westie's?
Don't do this to me. You booked it.
Oh, fuck me. We're going to find it. We're going to find it, but leave them a good review.
They did an awesome job. MSO says the goal is not happening tonight. All right, you know what? I respect MSO for that. That's a brave take. 55 away, and he's leaning in. I appreciate that.
All right, Westie's Shako Shack. That is Shako Shack.
All right, Westie's.
Leave them a good review.
Shako Shack. Phil McCracken says, where's the Stonies footage? Did you not see the karaoke video that we played on today's show? If you're looking for comedy footage, you're out of your fucking mind, Phil McCracken.
I have a little bit, and there's not even a chance I would post it.
You name me a platform where we could put it and not be removed immediately.
I did this thing where once you would be announcing the next comic to come up, I would be filming the intro.
You could air that part.
No, I cannot once we get to Gino.
Oh, okay.
All right, that is a little spicy.
Yeah.
Like a meatball.
You could, there's not much you can put up there. Matthew Posters, that's our Matt from Savage Thoughts, says, hi, guys. I'd like to point out I wasn't dancing by myself to Shania, Man, I Feel Like a Woman. Grinch Girl was my dancing partner. All right.
Aww.
Fair enough. Aaron's Period Pill says, Aaron, just start your own streaming platform, and then you can do whatever the fuck you want. And I'm sure 2,000 of you would come along and maybe do $10 a month. I don't know. I'm sure you would.
Isn't that the dream?
Here's my problem. I'm only 36. This is relatively very early in my career.
You're a spring chicken.
And I'm only on, I'm on broadcasting probation right now. So we're really kind of operating with a hand tied behind our back. And big things growth-wise are starting to happen for us now. We're starting to venture into some stuff that we haven't been able to venture into in a while. And so I don't want to limit our show's growth by just starting our own platform. That's putting it behind a paywall. I mean, maybe we could put clips up. Here would be my dream in the future for the streaming portion of this. And I talked to somebody at the show about this. Rumble exclusive, cool, and then clips on YouTube, perhaps. That's something I'm very amenable to.
That does sound appetizing.
Hulkamash says, if Rumble could fix their playback features, I'd hate the idea less, but every time I try to rewatch an episode, it's like ripping teeth getting it to work. Yeah, there's 2 or 3 things that, like I said, Rumble would have to fix before I'd think, this is definitely something we might do. By the way, Aaron's Period Pill and I came in 3rd at the Cornhole tournament.
In what, the consolation one?
We came in 3rd place.
Oh, you told me that you guys got out in the first round.
We lost, but then we won our way back through the losers bracket.
Interesting.
And got to the semifinal where if we win that one, we go to the champion. We ended up in third place.
All right. I never heard that part.
But we got our ass kicked by the people who we lost our first game to the people who came in second. We lost our second game to the people who came in third. So our losses were to every year we've lost to the best.
I played with Ryobi. I think he was very good. I actually played relatively well as well. However, lots of complaints about how slick all of our boards were. A lot of complaints.
Then play
I don't know
better.
what we can do, guys, but it wasn't good. It's like ice.
Nicholas, first name, last name, Gers, says, I love all my shout-outs during the show. That's all we were doing. He said everyone was calling for me at Stoney's. Precisely.
When it's a name, is it really a slur?
We were just calling out for a friend.
You can't mispronounce a guy's name.
And a cow. That's
a friend and his cow.
Yeah. Raz of Chaz says that loud crash was just Gino crashing. You could hear it from Rockville. Oh,
maybe
boy.
It was the sound of the puke splashing against the ground.
Yeah, he went hard. He went hard while he was on the show.
He was wonderful. His whole set was just a riot. Yeah. But then, yes, quick decline after.
And then he gave his all, and then he collapsed.
Everything he had.
Paul R. Nelson says, wouldn't they be a Minnesota cheesesteak? It's deep, bro. It is deep. Raz says, the Philly was amazing. I ate 3. I was so high and drunk. I think that's why Tom's set was funny. Oh.
That's mean-spirited.
That's not why.
I'm glad the food was good.
Curtis Versus, becoming a member for 15 months, says the anniversary show was an absolute blast. Paul R. Nelson says, I saw a video of 2 gay men singing Matchbox 20. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's the video.
This is the guy.
You saw the right one.
That video, by the way, some of the best footage I could have taken out of that whole thing.
I did put that up as a clip on the YouTube channel today, so it is on our channel. You can watch Johnny and I talking about the karaoke video and watch the karaoke video.
See, now, when I posted all of my pictures, I left your video out of respect for you.
That's okay.
It's a little gay.
Kip Smith says, did somebody say an N-word at the show? There is not one person, there is not one individual who said that word. There were 4. But there was not 47. How many do we have? About 170 by the time it was all said and done? Almost
52.
200. Oh, 52. About 200 people probably in and out, but comedy show about 170. I would say there was a good chunk. Perhaps.
I would say only
Ryobi says
77% of them.
Ryobi says, Kip, only 1,000 times. And there's the lovely and talented Gino Bisconti in our chat. There we go.
There he is.
Gino, if you could tell Bill Schultz for me, I had a fucking blast on In Hot Water today. That was a very, very funny show. And you didn't even really need to be there, buddy. I think Bill and I.
He was just a vehicle for you guys.
Bill and I had it covered. Well, we didn't need Gino there. We needed to tie him to the tree while we fucking beat him with sticks. Yeah, so Gino did need to be there, I guess, technically.
All right. That's fair.
Steel Toe out of context nails it. He says locals on Rumble is a smart move. I know I need to start a locals community. I got to get on that. I was just telling April that last week.
We've discussed it.
I will. Kenneth Pogue says, I can't even set up my account on Rumble. Doesn't let me enter the code. Very strange. Unfortunately, Rumble is like a Wii console from 2010, says Griddle Gorilla. Still got an account for Steel Toe Show. Well, thank you, buddy. Hey, everybody become a member. Those memberships are awesome, or subscriptions as they're called on Rumble. Either way. Crew Smitty says the Clam Tradio shirt, it's Clam Radio, is the shit. Where can I get one?
No, he said Clam Tadio.
Oh, Clam Tadio, the Clam Tadio shirt. InHotWaterShop.com.
Yes, and we were just talking about how Gino put some sort of grease all over this shirt.
Yeah, Gino, what the fuck did you do to my
Show
shirt,
him.
bro? It looks like you...
That might be cum.
Those look like mushroom stamps. You just really wanted me to like this shirt.
Or he's just a greasy Italian.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Your natural greases are all over this shirt, you fucking pig.
You left goo on it.
You did leave goo on my shirt.
That is a cool shirt, though. I want one.
Ryobi, they're giving reviews now. Tom's set was way better than Jesse's. Well, everybody liked everything a little more than something else. Ace of Spades says, I love playing against April and Ryobi, even though I really sucked. LOL, but it was fun. Was that you guys playing that like 1 hour fucking game that held up the whole tournament?
Yeah, because we kept washing each other out.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
Ace of Spades was a fun dude. His chick was good, too.
Grinch Girl says cheese curds were great, but getting outdanced by Matt was the highlight of the evening. The man had moves.
I hear Matthew has great moves.
Hobo Chili Recipe, referencing Gino being in the chat, says, I smell garlic. Perfect. That means vampires won't bother you.
Actually, I thought my microphone smelled kind of funny today, seeing as he was here last.
Samuel Warner, it's bleachy. Samuel Warner with $10 says the anniversary show is great. I got my dinkers touched.
Oh.
Not by me. Don't you start spreading rumors, motherfucker.
Heil Sam.
Don't.
Him and I were heiling each other all night.
You weren't the only ones heiling an individual, past, present, or future. And thank you very much to Sid Saraf with $4.99 says, let's go. You guys are $45 away from dropping that goal tonight. Thank you very much for your support. Shuli the MN says, Melton got a picture of the event taken from the other bank of the Mississippi and thinks he owned you. You know what's funny? He took a picture of the event and he took a picture of the wrong side of the building. Because you can see the food truck. Now, everything was going on past that food truck and inside the building.
That's correct.
And he took it from like 3 blocks away. And on the side of the building where like you and I would park to unload the cornhole boards. And
Did he at least buy 3 separate plane seats for himself?
Oh, no, this was some guy.
I just wouldn't want anyone to be crushed next to him.
Well, he has those slumpy, bullied kid shoulders.
Oh, so
he might be able to
stay
It might be 2 seats, not
okay.
3. That was me.
I understand.
That's bullying. But yeah, I mean, my biggest thing about the people who hate our show is that I was one of 2 things was going to happen when they were confronted with this event. They were going to what they should have done is just shut up and take the L.
Yes, because otherwise they'd have to admit we had fun.
Don't even mention the L. Just move on from it. Don't talk about it. That would have been the smart thing to do. Now what they've had to do is watch other people talk about how fun it was, how many hundreds of people were there, what a big show it was, and they just have to go, no, and they have to lie to themselves about it. And I have to say, doing it that way makes me feel so good. If you would have just ignored it, that would have disappointed me a little.
There are a lot of weirdos on the internet today saying how much of a nobody Gino is.
The fact that like Melton and all you other little guys had to actually bow down to us and lie to make yourselves feel better. It's not lost on me, and I loved it. It would have been so much worse for me if you would have ignored it. I would have been a little bummed. Mm-hmm. Like I would have been like, oh, their salt was my second favorite thing about this. You guys did not disappoint. Thank you so much for throwing a hissy fit over it.
It is
Thank you.
Interesting. I haven't seen these photos that apparently Melton took from the other side of the Mississippi of our event that apparently didn't go well. See, now I posted many very nice pictures of our event, but you got to take it from different angles because there's a bar in the middle. It's an indoor-outdoor space, and you can't get it all in one.
Right.
So they see a chunk of the building, which is all packed no matter where you're at, and they're like, oh, I've counted. That's like 58 people. Yeah. That's a third or a fourth of like what was going on there. You crazy people.
It really was awesome to watch. I love that shit.
It's just, it's so hard for the basement dwellers to like see anybody having a good time and have to admit that somebody might have liked Gino Bisconte.
Sorry, guys. I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry for you. Triple N says yet another pathetic attempt to copy Red Bar. He really is psychologically so damaged. Yeah. Ugh. They're all in bad shape over us, and I have to say it feels really, really good. Almost like it doesn't feel as good having all those people there and having a great time with them. But it's, you know what I would call it? A fringe benefit.
There's almost nothing that could have made this weekend better for me. Nothing at all, unless maybe, just maybe, Bisconte would have taken some of the cancer water we were trying to put in his tummy so he didn't get sick.
We weren't trying to kill him.
I felt kind of bad about it, but, he did pull through.
Greasy N-word with $5 says, yo, April, you and Kiki are absolute dime pieces. Aww. I don't know how those boys aren't just premature or permanently hard when you're around them because our balls are drained all the time. The golf outfits are boner-inducing. Oh, Gino and I were in the cart whacking off to the outfits.
Thank you. I thought it was to each other, but...
we both. But Gino and I were both like, I think we both at the same time, like one of us interrupted the other to go, God, they wear those skirts well.
Really?
And we're just like, fucking hell.
She was very, very beautiful. And I do believe Cumia said the same thing on his show today. He's like, man, those two are way outkicked their coverage.
I wanted Cumia's clip for today, but the it's not up yet.
Yeah.
So when it goes up, we'll play that for you maybe tomorrow morning.
I do want everybody to hop on over to Keanu's channel. She does a show called Keanu Cast. Her and I did a brief golf stream the other day that you should all look back on. We lovingly call the crotch stream.
The crotch stream, of course.
It's very cute.
Tim B with $2 says, I want to be there next year if you don't suck by then. LOL 07. Thank you, buddy. Wallsball says you need a bigger venue for the anniversary show.
I like it.
I like the fact, they say scarcity creates demand.
Yeah.
And I guess we could move it to like a 200. I mean, we sold it out a month and a half.
Well,
it was a month and a half in advance, or a week and a half in advance. I'm sorry. We probably could have gone to 250, maybe 300.
I think we could have.
I just like the idea of it filling up and the place being packed and loud. I like that atmosphere.
Not only that, I just like the idea of it being at Stoney's. I love what Cheetos does for us. I like that venue in general, and you bring Gino and Keanu in for the first time, you're like, holy shit, this place is cool.
Yeah,
like there just isn't a place like it around here.
Grinch Girl says, I like crowding in, and only the top 200 being there is better. I mean, 300 people can still show up, and we did have hundreds of people there to party and hang out, but
we can all sit on each other's laps, am I right?
When it comes to getting into the venue, yeah, it's a fun, exclusive thing. It's really cool.
It was just such a great night.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Let's take a look at some of April's pictures, and then we've got a lot of news to cover today. I believe $40 away from knocking it out, so we're not worried about that. Thank you guys very, very much. If you want to contribute, you know where the links are. They're pinned to the top of the YouTube page. Let's go. I'm going to go through your Facebook one because that's just the easiest to navigate.
You? I'm just kidding.
I think that's the easiest one to get through. In that, here we go. The 63 pictures. All right. I don't know if we're going to show you guys 63 pictures.
All right, but you have to show them the cute ones.
Here we go.
We took many.
Let's go through here. This is the start. Now, what time of the day is this?
Now, that is early on. I'd say that's probably like a 3:30, 4 o'clocker.
Okay.
Like so the tournament's still going on. He's still in fine form.
All right.
Looks like he's having a White Claw break there.
He's not fucked up yet. Yeah.
No.
Okay, there's one shot of the crowd. By the way,
wow.
That it's impossible, and this is so nice. It's impossible to get the whole crowd in the shot.
It is because there's a bar
it
in the
wraps
middle.
around. Yeah, it wraps around to here, and there's people behind all this shit here.
Yep, you can't see him for the bottles and behind the board guy.
Right, it's horseshoe seating.
Yes.
So it's but this is a nice crowded shot. See this here? This gives you an idea of how packed this side is too. It's
like
the
sardines.
Same thing. Yeah. You couldn't get a server in between these tables.
It smells about the same, too.
Yes.
Just kidding.
Oh, there's April and Kiki.
Look at how beautiful she is. Oh, we're so cute together, though. We're the same size.
Look at those fucking tits on the blonde one.
Oh, it was so fun.
That's a creep right there. That just looks like a creepy uncle at a family reunion.
That guy somehow got that girl. I'll have you all know.
But you know what? That girl right there somehow got this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that something?
You are pretty cute.
There we go. There's now this is before the fucking tournament has even started.
Yeah, this is still set up. So you can see the people showing up pre-tournament.
So this garage back here is all full. The bar and the garage bar, that's all full back here. Then it spills out to these tables. That's all filled up. And I have to tell you something about this part of the day. We have not started yet. As you can see, I'm still over there pacing off the cornhole boards.
Look at your stunning legs.
I do have very spindly
Just look
legs.
at the beautiful sunny day we had. And Cheetos has such a nice, clean place, too. It's just stunning.
It was a really nice day. I couldn't have asked for a better day.
Yes.
It was really something. Oh, my God.
You got to zoom out.
There's Grandpa again. Let's go back.
Zoom out.
I got this.
Okay.
There we go.
There's tits. You can't just be zooming.
Tits and Grandpa.
Look at it. Look at his little shirt.
There's the lovely
There's
and
my
talented
buddy.
Terry. And then this guy, okay, so this guy drove from Wisconsin as an In Hot Water fan. We had a lot of Floridians, different states.
Ohioans,
Illinoisans.
Seattleans,
who made the trip out, made the pilgrimage to the anniversary show. It was awesome to have them. But this guy was awesome. He's a big In Hot Water fan, 2 hours away in Wisconsin. And he was like Gino's hype man all night.
Not only that, he has a In Hot Water tattoo on his chest from when Aaron Berg was still around, and he is the one who gave Gino the infamous blazer that he wore that evening. So
that is awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, that blazer worked out.
Aww.
There's Matt. There's our former co-host, Matt, who's, of course, co-hosted here on this platform.
With a nipple that could cut glass.
He is so excited to see Gino that those tits are rock hard.
Oh, yes.
He's so excited to see Gino that he's just poking through.
He's just poking.
Should see what his dick's doing at this moment.
Oh.
There's our buddy Cheetos. There he is.
Hell
Tom
yeah.
Chillstrom, Cheetos, and April hanging out.
I'm gross. I don't matter.
Derek from Midland Armory trying to sell Kiki a gun while Gino looks puzzled.
He looks like he's like trying to babysit.
And then there's posterior or ran out of thoughts right there. Oh,
Posterior.
posterior attention, Lemmy, balls deep, and Tom Chillstrom with April.
Very good job. Look at you.
Everybody. There's a colorized.
Gino snuck into that one.
And then Gino snuck in. This guy's car was one of the stars of the show.
Do you know whose that is?
I don't, but
It's Crack Babies.
that's Crack Baby's car. Yeah. Crack Babies was very proud of this car.
Oh, it's great.
He paid $400 for it. It runs. The front bumper's held on by baling wire.
And it can haul ass too. Like, and it's packed to the rim, our gills, and it can just go. A quick explanation of why I have this photo. I took a little time to sit with the security. I was sitting with Brian M. and his buddy. I'm so sorry I forgot your name. We're all just staring at this car, admiring it, and just talking about, what we think it does. I had to include it.
I love that. But, the only thing keeping me sane at the end of the night when I was waiting for you to get back and pick me up while Gino was vomiting all over the goddamn Midwest was looking at that car and just loving it so much. It was the only thing keeping me sane. Cheeseburger pie was not keeping me sane.
No.
But this car was.
You gotta learn what personal space is when you're drunk.
Not only that, Cheese, could we not go and harass the people who are not part of our group?
What, the bachelorette party?
Yes, he went and harassed them.
What did he do?
Just started saying inappropriate shit to the gay guy, and then.
Oh, well, you paid that man money, so you should.
I thought he was one of ours.
Aaron paid the gay man for his dancing skills.
There was a guy who I thought he came out of the bathroom wearing tiny little shorts, a shirt that had his fat belly out.
Female sandals that had rainbow bows on them.
And I thought this guy's doing a bit because I told everyone I'll give someone $20 if they really knock my socks off and do something funny during karaoke.
He was doing it, right?
And this guy was fucking hilarious to me because he looked like a total gay dude and he was just prancing around upstage. So I went up, I handed him $20. And somebody pulls me aside and they go, "No, Aaron, that guy's not with us. He's with the bachelorette party." I'm like, "That's just a gay dude who wore that shit on purpose?" And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh, fuck. I just walked up and gave him $20.
See, now I knew that guy wasn't one of ours.
Oh,
and
no.
I think I watched you pay him.
Shit.
And it was very funny.
There you go. Here's some pictures. There's Gino with a very masculine pose.
Look at that pose. That is iconic, in my opinion.
That is a very masculine, not gay at all pose.
Just some hairy legs.
I don't want to listen to this guy sit there and go, "I stayed sober until I got on stage." You stayed sober, what would you go? Sober adjacent.
That bench right there and his girlfriend were the only things supporting him at the end of that night.
Yes. There, of course, is Tom Chillstrom. Jack's the
yeah.
DJ, of course, who did a great job all night.
Oh, yeah.
He's awesome. That's a shot from the back left of the room.
From behind.
Yes. What I love about this little patch of floor here is the only floor they left open for the servers to get through at all.
Yeah. Otherwise, you were having to snake through. Every time I ran up to the side by the board to take pictures of you guys, I had to touch butts all over the place, and I felt so bad about it.
You go up here, and then over here, and then back over there, and then you come here. There's nowhere to walk except a little patch, a little patch there, and then a little patch on the other side.
It's like a little Hitler stash right in the middle of the floor.
Of course, that's what you would think it is. There's our buddy Tom. There's April and Kiki
look at
again.
How cute we are.
There's Johnny and April.
You're skipping through these.
And then, of course, there's too many, and we got a show to do. But
so cute.
There I am hosting the show. What a wonderful host. What a strapping young lad.
And who is behind your back at that very moment? Jax is the wrong answer.
That's before I brought Shaka out.
He's right behind you.
I got Jax, there's Bubba, there's other people, they would call them people of color now. There's about a handful there.
My classmate, yeah.
All of them encouraged me to do the shit I didn't want to do.
They love it.
I'm just like, "No, guys, I don't want to do that." They're like, "Fuck." Bubba, the black guy there is going, "Fucking say it. You, goddamn it, you do it." I'm like, "No, I don't want." He's doing the Samuel L. Jackson thing.
So I graduated with Bubba, and him and I were going back and forth all night.
There's Granny, of course, who looked like a goddamn lobster.
Bubba's in the yellow right there. He was
There's Bubba.
Kind of front and center, yeah.
And, Granny did not look healthy by the time the show was over.
He was already sunburned to hell. He was a crispy lobster.
There's another shot of the first half of the crowd. And, of course, Johnny.
Look at you guys.
This is three guys just taking a quick break before the evening got away from them. I remember what this was. This was before we had to go in and do the show, and the Cornhole tournament was kind of wrapping up.
Right. So you took an antisocial moment.
We were ready. We had to get going.
You look slim in that photo. Very slim. I heard that a lot that day, by the way. Everyone's like, wow, you are way more slim than anyone ever gives you credit for.
Granny was like, I was going to grab your tits. He goes, but your tits aren't very big.
I can't find them.
Yeah. I go, thank you. I appreciate that, buddy.
Did you grab his instead?
No, I poked his face and he went, fuck, I'm on fire.
He was crunchy looking.
Yeah, the thing I kept getting from people all night was, holy shit, you're tall, and hey, I thought you'd be fat. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you.
I caught a cute gay moment between Gino and Keanu here.
Oh, look at the two homos.
It was right before she went up. I wanted to say that as a boyfriend supporting his lady.
They're making a little smoochy before Keanu goes up, and then there she is. She was obsessed with seeing Somalis in St. Cloud, and she never got to see a Somali.
Can we say what she lovingly called them, or is that untoward?
She called them pirates.
She believes they're pirates.
Yes. Like,
pirates. And I can't disprove her, so I don't know.
There's Gino. Now, Gino killed, and he was destroying the entire room, and they fucking loved him. They were ready to make him mayor of Rockville.
Yes.
But he started leaning into it a lot, and I felt like he was going to start, like, a rebellion.
It
like
did
the beer hall putsch, like a Nazi insurrection.
It felt rally-esque on occasion.
This right here. People are going insane for Gino. They're uproarious laughter, shouting, the whole thing.
Can you zoom in on his face? Is that possible?
And that's just
look at that
that's
guy.
a madman.
That guy is up to something.
Yeah. Or taking a shit.
Maybe he pooped.
One of the two.
I don't know.
And then,
that was him when he's up there, and him and Cheetos taking a shot together, which would be his demise later.
Yeah, there's Gino and Cheetos taking a shot together, and then there's an April picture. April took a picture of her own legs.
I liked my long legs that night.
Narcissist.
Yep.
There's April with some fans. April with Ryobi.
Oh, the last one was Joe Berger, who also came up from Florida with his wife.
Oh, very cool.
Yes.
April with a few other fans. There's April and Matt. Ooh. And then there is a picture. This must have been just before Bent.
This did happen immediately before Bent. The show was over. Everything was done. It was fun. And you can see on his face, if you were to zoom in, he is losing it.
If you look at the two of us, though, you would think I'm the one who's going down.
You were slowing down. See that? Those are waters in your hands.
Yeah.
Those are not drinks anymore.
Now, why did I have waters in my hands?
I brought you 3 waters in a row.
Why?
You had a headache.
I had a massive headache.
You were not doing okay.
Like a hangover headache.
Like during Bent, you were, as I recall, you were quite literally bent over with your palming your forehead.
I was not doing well. Aww. And then when they went home to take care of Gino, there's Keanu with Gordy. They absolutely loved each other. They were very happy.
She's Auntie Kiki now.
Yes. There's Gino and I picking out cigars before we go golfing.
Oh, yeah.
Then you get some golf shots of the boys and girls.
Just cute.
There you go. There's the two of them.
Oh, yeah.
April taking pictures.
Aww.
There's a big boss with his cigar.
You look skinny there, too. What is going on?
I'm not a fat guy. I don't know what to tell you. I run circles I'd run circles and beat the living fuck out of all these podcasters. I'm too much for them.
You look hot with that nice thick thing in your mouth, too.
That big, hot, thick brown stick.
My favorite was one of the listeners of Geno's, I believe, edited our photos to have like bullet wounds and all that.
Bullet wounds and all kinds of other shit. Frankie McDonald creeping on you and Keanu.
In the comment section in my post, you'll find it.
There's a picture that April wanted dearly.
Look at how look at how big his hands look on my tiny waist right there.
I have giant hands.
You could palm me.
What we're finding out about me is that we overplay on the show how fat I am. We overplay how big my tits are. And we underplay how gigantic my hands are and how badly I could mangle any of you who step out of line.
This was the photo that Chrissy and Anthony were talking about today, where you two absolutely outkicked your coverage, apparently. And people love this shot, too.
Another great shot. Gino, you can see where the Moors got in there because he fades out into the darkness. Yeah. There's some more. Now, this one, I did a funny little pose, and I was like, all right, we can gay it up for this one. Take a picture.
Aren't we just cute? Oh,
So then there's my face in her tits for one.
We'd been drinking.
And then there's some golf shots.
I don't know. Look at those legs. Phenomenal.
There's some good golf shots. What is that retarded person doing in front of the camera? And then there's the last of the photos.
Isn't that just lovely?
Right there. That was the weekend. That was the experience. That was the 9th anniversary show.
Getting a little emotional. I miss those two. I know they'll be back. But what I keep saying to Aaron is, and this is supposed to be a compliment, so don't take this negative. I figured those two would come here. They'd be very polite, kind, funny, but like there's not a close connection there. And then they show up and he's pretty much just like you. She's pretty much just like me. We all got along famously. And I just feel like I have friends now that are just all the way across the country and I got to see them more.
P.A. Cheddar says April was in love with her own legs. I think she
I was feeling my legs. I've been working out.
She certainly was.
Yeah.
I won't Photoshop that sign at all, says Kip Smith.
Oh, no.
Nobody Likes Onions says, you only had 29 people there. Also, my knees are shot. I couldn't bow down if I wanted to. Sorry, but I apologize.
The cartilage is just worn out.
That's
bone on bone at this point.
It's my fault, you fat fuck. Steel Toe Out of Context says, Bowls Deep looks like Baked Alaska's cooler, hipper, non-retarded older brother. I think that's a compliment.
I think so, too.
That's a compliment.
Yes.
The shocks and struts shocks or struts are fucked on that car. Well, I'm sure they're not. Look, it's a $400 car.
Supposedly, he talked to me a little bit about it today because he saw I posted it. And he's like, no, that thing, I've traveled in that. It works. I don't know.
Kane J says Aaron's instincts kicked in. He's used to paying gay men for services.
That's kind of what I said. I watched you hand him a 20, and I'm like, yeah, that looks on par for you.
Matt Field says it's an early 80s Ford Fairmont station wagon, straight 6 that'll run through hell and back.
That's what he said. He's like, that thing goes, man. And it hauls, too. It hauls a lot of stuff.
Yeah. It's I was obsessed with that car, man. Paul R. Nelson says, I want to hear your stand-up. It's not really stand-up. I kind of host the show. I keep it moving. I do some crowd work with the audience. I fuck around. I do some impressions and some bits.
It's just fun.
I kind of retired from stand-up a while ago because I didn't want to write jokes. I'm too lazy to write jokes. Plus, I get to perform in front of hundreds of my own fans. They eat up whatever I do. Well,
it's fan service almost.
Who wouldn't want it that easy? The only people who think, who don't like that or look down on it are people who don't get to do it and they're jealous.
I would agree.
What can I tell you?
I think that you are so good at crowd work and they absolutely love that from you. I wouldn't change a thing.
Yeah,
I think it's very, very fun.
It's a win-win. The audience laughs their ass off, gets their money's worth, and I don't have to write jokes.
I don't know one set that happened that night where people weren't rolling.
Yeah. Matt Joe says, do you guys own part of Stoney's or something? No, it's just a wonderful place, and we love Cheetos. And I mean, the guy has had our back
for years.
On this show. This show wouldn't be on the air if it wasn't for Cheetos.
He's an absolute sweetie pie. Stoney's, by the way, first time besides Litchfield that I ever saw you do a set.
There you go.
First time.
Nobody Likes Onion says, I would take up that whole tailgate. You might not fit on it. You actually might not fit on it.
No room on that bench for anyone.
Jive Turkey says, is anyone else still hungover? I'm embarrassed. I must finally be too old for all day drinking. Yeah, but April and I are worn out for sure.
For me, I'm being a good sport here. My throat is blown out. We smoked so many cigars this weekend. It's a tickle constantly.
Yeah. No Pen 15 says, Gino is an absolute angel. I've never met anyone so happy.
Yes, there is something so refreshing about meeting just two people who are eternally positive. They've got nothing bad to say. Like, they're just fun. Even if bad shit gets said to them, it's like, let's turn this around and have some fun with it.
Yeah.
And that's them in a nutshell.
I wanted to go to, where'd he go? Paul R. Nelson. Oh, where'd he go? I didn't have my white sheet. That's also why I stayed home. Well, you don't have to have it. It's optional. We don't have a dress code.
Who cut these holes? I can't see a damn thing.
Okay, Fall in the Great. April, look out. There's a spider next to you. Oh, my God. I do need to get it cut. It won't stay up anymore.
I'll cut it.
Thanks. Paul R. Nelson says, did the boxer have to have anyone removed? No, everyone's always very cool. People who are like, oh, I'd go there and I'd start shit. Those people don't go outside. They don't go to events.
No.
And so, yeah, it was awesome. It was a seamless day. It could not have gone better.
I completely agree. And I feel like you and I really planned this one out like ahead of time this year. Yeah. Besides the cornhole boards, like the scoreboards, the brackets, everything was really ultra smooth.
Daniel says they absolutely wife swapped. You know what? I'll say this. We did not. I don't want to disappoint you, but I don't think even if that was something that anyone put that together for, it could have happened, because anytime there would have been any availability, one, if not both of the men were out cold.
Not only that,
the men were out.
But this was discussed. Like, I hopped on Keanu Cast before they got here, and her and I kind of discussed it. She brought it up. And it would be more like if we were going to be swinger couples, well, everyone basically theorized that was going to look like me and Kiki.
A lesbianic
Gino,
shit. Okay.
Right? You two were just a match made in heaven.
Mikey Two Milk says, had a lot of fun this year. The patio smelled fantastic all day. Oh, did it smell like weed?
I cannot,
Well, it's legal now. It's legal to do.
Shit, it is.
Yeah.
Yes. Cigars, weed, vapes, beer.
Yeah.
Mostly Windsor, though, from Gino. Yeah. Just oozing it out of his pores.
Mr. Q says, I heard there was only 64 people in a place I couldn't sit down in. Yeah, nobody could find a seat, but there were only 64 people there.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. Scooby Jooby Jew says, have you thought about setting up a Friday event for out-of-towners, even if y'all are busy elsewhere preparing for Saturday? One of our listeners does have an event. We will promote it next year. I promise. If he would have got to me about it, we would have promoted it.
Absolutely. I felt bad. I hadn't even heard about it. We'd been so busy, but I love him.
Cooter Soup Instruction says Aaron and Gino played Battle Dicks, confirmed. I don't think anybody, I don't believe anybody confirmed that.
There's part of me, though, when we were golfing, her and I had an absolute riot together, but there on occasion were times I wish I was a fly on your golf cart just to hear what you two were talking about.
Just talking about cool guy shit. Just being
dicks,
cool, dude. Just dicks and fucking cocks and shit.
I would have liked to know.
Hung Solo says the anniversary show isn't over. Johnny is still trying to get to the stage. Okay, well, yeah, then technically it's not.
Johnny, by the way,
it's not over.
I'm sure he's listening because he does listen often. I told him this at the show. He looked great.
He did.
And I think you mentioned that this morning. He's lost weight, and you can tell he looks really good.
Thank you very much to Hobo Chili Recipe for $5. Says, stop lying, April. He looked at least 20 pounds heavier in the pictures. Stop sticking up for him just because you're his marital glory hole. He looks fat as shit. Just admit it.
You're right.
I mean, you've been confronted.
I'll console you later.
$30 away from tonight's goal. Thank you, boys and girls, very much. Knock out the rest. Now, you guys can knock out the rest just by a lot of you becoming members, but then you get to decide after that if you want to help out the morning show people or say fuck it and let them fend for themselves. That's going to be completely up to you guys. But $30 away now. See if we can, 7:45? Let's see if we knock it out by the top of the hour. How about that? What?
I just see the word geriatric in the chat.
What's wrong with the word geriatric? That's a word.
Old.
Geriatric.
Oh, April got a little
You got this.
Geriatric cock.
You're a professional broadcaster, for God's sake. You can do it.
I didn't get old man dick.
You can read it. I mean, no matter who you got dick from, it's technically old man dick. We're both older than you.
That does check out.
Yeah. So it's.
We met a lovely man on the golf course on Friday who tried to invite us over to his pool, and he told us about his trolling days and his Speedo.
Yeah, how he used to troll for pussy and play football. He was, 64, 66?
66.
66 years old. His name was Gary. And
he was wearing a Riggins
He was wearing
jersey.
a John Riggins jersey. He
gave us balls.
He was the absolute coolest. He said, I got 3,000 golf balls. Here, take some. We took a bunch of golf balls.
Titleist in Callaway.
Oh, yeah. Just gave us the good stuff. So, and he's just clearly, he wants to talk to April and Keanu. And Gino and I are just kind of there.
He asked you two if you were in the service.
He did ask if we were in the war, if we served in the war. And I told them, yes, Gino was at the Battle of Verdun in World War I.
And then he proceeded to tell us all about his pool he had at home in case we wanted to visit it. And he told us the exact street corner he was on.
He wanted Keanu and April to go to his pool. He wanted them to hang out at the pool. I must have left my phone upstairs.
What do you need?
Well, I didn't know if anyone was calling in or anything like that from the show. But I fucked that up. My bad. But yeah, he wanted Keanu and April to go to that pool really, really bad. And Keanu was obsessed with Gary.
Yeah.
And I think she wanted to hang out with Gary, but she wasn't brave enough to tell anybody.
Do you know what else he told us to? He was telling us, okay, I'll spill a little beans here. She really wanted to know how old he was for some reason, but she refused to ask him because she's like, what if he's as old as Visconti? And I'm like, I got this. I'll make it, fine.
She was worried that Gary would be, because she's like, Gary's old as fuck.
Because he talked about how he was a new grandpa.
Yeah.
So then I proceed to say, how old are you? Because you look too young to be a grandpa. And he turned out to be much older than Visconti, which worked out for her. But then he told us all about how he used to be a football player and a bodybuilder.
Real poon dog.
He really leaned in.
Yeah.
It was cute.
Aaron's period pill with a $20 super chat says, here you go. Thank you, buddy. 15 away for tonight. You guys have got it.
Helped me put all the boards away.
Yeah.
Wonderful guy.
K Fallen the Great says, now everyone blow up his phone. I'm not going to see it. I don't know where I left it.
Yeah, if you do it right now, he'll just swipe all of it after the show.
Yeah, that's it.
He's not going to read it.
Keanu says, Gary is a legend. Yeah,
Yes.
Keanu loved Gary.
Maybe we'll still see Gary someday. They'll be back. We'll just show up one day in our bikinis at his door, and his wife's going to answer and be like, Gary, do you invite sluts over again?
I wonder if Gary's not, in trouble with the wife a lot. I mean,
what if he just trolls the golf course for ladies and they do show up sometimes?
Yeah, I wonder if the wife isn't like, Gary, why do all these girls keep showing up at our house?
Well, if you notice, she wasn't with him. So I don't know.
I don't know where the hell his wife was, but I'm not sure. I'm
Oh my God.
I don't know if Keanu says Gary would kill us. I don't think so. I think he'd show us a great time.
And
I think he'd awkwardly try to make the move about 2/3 of the way into whatever we were doing.
I think he would probably grill for us.
Here's what he'd do. He'd bring one of you a drink, and he'd go, here you go. Enjoy that. And he'd put a hand on your thigh.
Yeah.
That's his
That's
move.
the move, right?
That's Gary's move. Gary's
That's the move you pulled for me.
Is it? Did I go to the thigh?
You went with my thigh and then my knee.
I went the wrong way on that one.
Yeah, I should have backed her up a little ways.
I didn't try to finger pop some puss.
I tried to get him in the bathroom at Raleigh's. It didn't work.
Well, she wanted to check my what do you call it? My prostate. And I said, that's not really what I'm into. And she's like, I can do it through your dick hole. And I'm like, this is getting too weird. It's getting too weird.
No, I was actually cock-blocked by a black man that whole night.
Raz of Chaz says, Kiki, your set was awesome. That's very nice. Mr. Q, anniversary show was great. Everyone was really nice. April never took my ticket. I got to talk to Gino because he told me to go to buy Kiki a White Claw. It was a really great night. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, it was fun. April never took my ticket.
Keanu says, just us, Gary, and the Somalians. Sounds like a party.
Pirates?
The pirates.
Booty pirates.
Gurmy says, Gary is just Aaron in the future.
What if it is?
Gary's a good guy. There are worse fates you can meet.
He's great.
There are worse fates you can meet than being, a Gary.
I'm going to check out that street corner one day and see if that black fence is truly there.
Oh, yeah. He was talking
what if
to us
he gave
about
us the wrong address?
The black fence. That's what. Yeah, what if
it's like his enemies, who's got problems with their wife for women to show up?
What a weird,
Gary.
Like an odd way to get revenge on your enemies to send hot girls to their house.
Well, it causes
in bathing
problems.
Suits. I mean, I suppose.
Why are these women here?
Yeah.
We're here for the pool.
CJ wants to know, what did Aaron shoot Friday? Friday started out great. On the front nine, I shot a 45, and I was like, holy shit, here we go. 45. There were a couple holes wrong. I can shave a few strokes off that score. And the back nine, we got another 6-pack. We kept drinking.
What did you get?
A 50. So 95. But
you broke 100.
I broke 100. I'm very happy about that. But the fact that I started with a 45, I was like, holy shit. And then I fell apart a little bit on me on the back nine. Yesterday, I want to tell them about my front nine. We got rained out.
I'll tell them about your front nine.
We got a rain check for the back nine. But the front nine, it was my worst round of the year. My worst half round of the year.
I actually did better than you, didn't I?
Yeah.
And that's saying a lot. That never happens.
I shot a 59.
I had a 56, was it? Yesterday?
I don't know what you had, but I shot a 59. And I was trying to think, it was sand traps and putting. I just had a magnet to sand traps, and sometimes I'd get out just fine, other times I'd barely get out, other times I'd take 2 shots to get out.
What a gorgeous course. Oh God,
Very
I
nice.
love that course. Friday, though, with the Biscontes, I did really well for being a little drunk and distracted teaching her. I did a 55 on the front and a 56 on the back, which is fine for me.
Well, guys, thank you very much. We got about 300 of you in here between YouTube and Rumble, so what I want you to do is hit like, hit subscribe. We do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, Hokomasha Baby says, you shot a 59 on 9 holes. I'd kill myself. It was by far the worst round of the year. It was really bad.
I've done that a time or two.
You're a girl. It's allowed.
Fine.
It's allowed. Anthony's show is up. Should we go see the part where he talks about the steel toe?
I don't see why not.
Anniversary show. Then I do want to get to, the things I want to make sure I get to are the Mike Kelta thing is blowing up, and we had a video on it like a week ago.
Yes.
It's doing very well.
Are there developments?
Kind of, but not, I mean, nothing too crazy.
Or just it's getting spread around and it's blowing up.
Yeah. I want to get to the Rand Paul, Dr. Fauci thing. And I definitely want to get to the Wisconsin cow story. Those are 3 things I want to make sure we get to tonight. Okay. The J-Boo story.
J-Boo. Ju-Boo?
Let's go to Anthony's show here.
Oh, okay.
And he and Chrissy, very generous, discussed our anniversary show and Gino and Keanu being there. And are we angling to get the Compound Media boss man out for the 10th anniversary show? We'd love for him to come
100%.
out. We'd love for him to come out to Chrissy's show.
Yes.
But on his own time. And also, you know what? Every time someone brings this up, should you get Anthony for this show? Should you get Anthony for this show? You know who they skip over, and it's fucking disrespectful, and I will not forget this man for not only what he's done for the show, but the fact that he's the power behind the throne at Compound anyway?
Go on.
Fucking Eric Nagel deserves a little bit more goddamn respect in these conversations.
Yeah.
If I don't hear Eric Nagel's name mentioned first, I don't want it uttered.
He is the puppet master.
If it's not mentioned first, you stop the conversation.
I like Mr. Nagel.
He's a wonderful man. Let's go ahead and watch Anthony. I may have to jump around here because I don't have a timestamp. It just went up.
Do your best.
But Anthony and Chrissy discussed our anniversary show a little bit, and it was they were very nice to April and Keanu. Put it that way.
Consumption. Oh, he's got the consumption. Yeah.
Pack, September 23rd.
Yes.
Continue on here.
There is a group called the Northern Stars. Or
I'm
something.
really sorry, guys. We're gonna jump around a little bit.
Not a little tug for this,
right?
Oh my God.
Yeah. She would probably just be like,
I think you're past it.
Oh, did I go past it?
I get a feeling you're past it.
Not a little tug called Weep. Consent. Are there
Hold
a lot
on.
of
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, that was all after that.
I'm sorry.
That's a good district.
No,
Yeah.
Oh, yep, you're way past it. It's
way past
earlier.
it? Oh my God, I'm so sorry, everyone.
That's a beat.
Back up more.
Back up more.
It was finished.
But Chrissy
People
isn't
do
there.
things and kind of real.
Chrissy was there for our thing.
Rest. Yeah.
Yes, she was.
Chrissy, I saw you're going to be like up north somewhere.
Oh, you're right. It is ahead
we
of that.
have a show in Manpack, September 23rd.
Yes.
Now, where am I going past this?
They're going to put
I'm
it up
sorry,
on the
guys.
screen.
I think you can
It's
get
worth
tickets
hearing.
from really like
Hang
the
in there.
Illuminati. They just
Yeah, the secret handshake.
Here we go.
There's no like
Good. It's
We're going to find it. We're going to go 10
Yeah.
seconds at a
Successful.
time.
Chad's.
media.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
The
there.
stupid Zumok posted something like,
You're
great
perfect.
friends.
Hold on.
And Gino and Keanu are off like,
guys.
yeah.
And Gino just got back from there.
That's
Oh,
where
now
he
we gotta
was.
go back
I see
again.
Some of your dates.
Do I really want to go? Like,
Yeah. Daughters of the Confederacy.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
don't go
It
anymore.
doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound tough.
yeah. I was like,
Daughters.
I don't know. Are they racist? Are the meetings fun? Do I
Right.
really want to go?
Yes. Are they talking about us now? Is that us they're talking about? Is she talking about the show October 24th, 21st?
She's actually referencing Gino's set.
Oh, okay.
Go?
It's a racist meeting.
Yeah, but we're doing a gig. That's awesome. And
Yeah.
you've been all over. You go all over the country now. I see some of your dates, and I'm like Minnesota or something.
Minnesota.
Yes.
Does.
And
Oh.
who booked it, Mr.
Chrissy, what's with
Cumia?
that face? It's Minnesota.
Who booked it, sir?
Yeah, mostly just to meet the steel toe guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Gino just got back from there.
That's where he was.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering where they all of a sudden Gino and Keanu are off like a couple who won the newlywed game.
They do have that.
Whisked away to
Yeah.
certain locations to play golf and
Yes.
have fun.
Yeah.
Have fun,
good.
exactly.
I know. I was like, wow, they almost look successful. Yeah.
And then stupid Zumach posted something like, "Oh, great friends," because he's with steel toe people. It was like great friends, and then a couple, which I think is just Chad's other accounts. It's like shitting on them, and you're like, "How are you shitting on?" Yeah, it must be nice to have friends.
Imagine just following another comedian's social media so closely that you like know what they're doing all the time.
Know what they're doing, and you can't possibly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that looks fine.
I love Anthony's take on it because that was my take on the Zumach thing. Was like, Gino was like, why the fuck would he write that? I'm like, I know. It makes him look retarded. It makes him look like he doesn't know what friends do.
Look at this.
And it makes him look like he doesn't have any friends.
This is all of my favorite people, all my favorite talents in one picture.
And not only that, it's two guys with hot bitches sitting on them.
Yeah.
And Chad's like, what a bunch of homos.
Well, and the reason he said something about friends is I posted our foursome picture at the end of golf.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, it's nice to be hanging out with our friends, and they're genuine people. And he's like, yeah, some friends. And I'm
It's like, yeah.
no, they're just friends.
It's just weird when someone tries to burn you and your response back to them is, yes, correct.
The word, you know what it is? The word friends hurts him. He doesn't have any.
No, that's not. I mean, that doesn't even. I don't think that works as a joke because that's 100% what it is.
It's just.
I've always said this about Chad. It's all internal pain being externalized.
Okay.
And nobody's bothering him. Nobody's, but even when we were fucking on him, it was always something, a stream he did, a show he did. And instead, he's not a funny guy and he can't deconstruct anything. So what he does is he takes the thing that hurts him, and he lashes out at them. Friends hanging out in real life, because all he's got is the box, the screen, the stream thing that 100 people watch at a
the
time.
end of his futon.
Right.
Now,
somebody else's futon.
So Chad sees our golf pictures and he's like, I can't imagine going out in the sunshine with friends and golfing, drinking. Are you kidding me?
This guy, and he's completely oblivious. So when he posts this stuff and he writes his captions, what he thinks is an own goes out to the public, and normal people go, yeah, Chad, that's what real people do.
It's
and
normal.
you kind of get, and Chrissy mentions this, you get this kind of sad feeling where you're like, oh no, this person is so devoid of human interaction, and this person is so removed from what it means to be human that he can't even see like gracious, friendly human contact and understand what it is. He attacks it because it doesn't compute.
You actually almost start to feel bad for him, right?
That's what I'm saying. You start to go,
you're right.
holy shit, dude.
Because when you get down to the nitty gritty, you're right. He can't understand basic human contact.
I mean, but that's the same for like Melton, Chad, Kevin, all these other people. If they would, not Bob. Bob has a wife. They go and do things. Bob even said, I'm done with the night streaming stuff. I just got to do the 2 shows. That's it. I can't do all the streaming shit. I got to have a life, which is the right way to go. But like Kevin, Chad, Melton, all these guys, it's like you lash out at the shit that you can't do, that nobody wants to do with you. And you've been doing it that way for so long that you can't even recognize basic human traits and instincts. And that's when you start to go, you got to leave these people alone because it's just a brokenness that you're never going to fix with mockery.
I was considering that internally to myself yesterday when we were golfing with our other dear friend.
Yes.
Because
another friend.
That's a real thing that happens. I was considering how, somebody will go and shit on the fact that us lovely 4 people went out golfing together.
Yeah.
I'm like, guys, I'm getting outside. Right. I'm just enjoying my day, and you're angry about it.
And if those people went and did the same thing, first of all, I wouldn't know because I wouldn't see it because I wouldn't give a shit.
That's the point.
But if I saw it, I would go, that's fucking great. That's wonderful for them. That's going to be extremely helpful.
Like anytime I post pictures of us outside with our friends anywhere, it's like, it's just, look at this is so lovely, just enjoying life.
If you shit on,
outside.
Here's the problem, guys. If you shit on people for going out, being social, and having friends, you will always look like a loser.
I had somebody today literally say that they had won and that they were winning in all caps as they put, because they called our event on Saturday a failure.
I mean, look.
They're like, oh, so you're confirming it was a failure. I'm winning.
If that's a failure.
I had the best weekend of all time.
If that's a failure, I am praying to God that our event with Chrissy Mayer fails in October.
I want it to fail extra hard.
It needs to fail that hard, and every show we need to do from now on needs to be on that level of failure. I need that.
All right, get back to how gross we are.
Back to how gross we are.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you go, and they went golfing.
Yeah.
And it looked like a beautiful day, and you're shitting on that. Wow,
Right.
they're friends.
Someone's doing well. They have friends.
What kind of faggots have friends? Yeah, it's just sad.
Oh, they're so cute.
Both of those girls are way out of those dudes' league.
Fuck you, Ant.
That was my favorite part.
Piece of shit. It's true, but it hurts.
He's paying you to a compliment by giving you a backhand at the same time.
Yes, I understand.
You know, you got to see the positives.
Thank you, Dad. I appreciate
You're welcome,
that.
son.
No, him, Dad. I'm just wishing out loud now. People are like, I love that one. Like kind of a salty hater take they'll have with me is like, what do you want, Cumia to notice you? I mean, yeah, he's like one of the very few reasons I do this for a living. So yeah, that is actually wonderful.
Yeah, I always love that insult too. Like act as if it's not really cool that this absolute legend has talked about us.
Like, oh, what are you
in a positive light?
What are you simping for Cumia's attention? I'm like, no, but if he wants to give it to me, that's totally awesome.
I'll take it.
Yeah, that's great.
I mean, sure.
Too.
Maybe that's what it's about.
Not ashamed.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Because if they were with a couple of uggos,
yeah.
he'd be like, look how fat your girlfriends are.
That would be right. No, they're with hot girls. Hot girls in love.
Hot girls in love. I was at the.
Thank you.
That's it.
came
Is that it? Is that the end of the
I
clip?
do believe that's it. I want to thank Mr. Cumia for his lovely compliments.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, and thank you, Anthony, for not,
Thank you,
I guess
man.
telling her to leave, I suppose, is the nicest favor you did
Maybe
me.
he shouldn't come here. I'm just kidding. You actually just run away with him back to, what is it? Is it North Carolina?
He gets a restraining order because I'm like, I'll leave her and then you can be with me.
He takes in his son. You're the child he never had.
I hope, yeah. What about me?
I hope.
I got to get this fucker away from me.
He smells weird. Worse than Gino for some reason.
Let's.
Gino actually just smells like Windsor now. By the way, I went to go strip the bedding that they slept in.
Yes.
And just from lifting the covers off to go carry them to the wash machine, just reeked of booze.
Cooter Soup Instruction says April really does look like Zia in this pic. Hot. Just need huge knockers.
Huge tits. Thank
Just
you.
Big old knockers. Marley Analytics says it's almost like you're normal, decent people.
Isn't that incredible? And that is one of the first things. I opened my front door on Friday morning. I got off this show to go answer the door for Gino Bisconte, of all people.
Yeah.
And there's a quick embrace. There's, oh my God, I can't believe you're here. And you're like, you're just a normal fucking person. Look at you. Yeah. It's so great.
Steph L nails it, just says projection. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I mean, it's just a projection of what you wish you were doing. I think this is what Chad wants it to be.
I'm having fun.
That word hurt for him.
That word
and
hurt.
Consider this.
We're feeling good.
Right.
Things are happening.
Yeah, there you go.
Consider this. If he hadn't gone that route, if Melton hadn't gone that route, if Brennan hadn't gone that route, they could be having fun along all of us.
You guys
alongside all of us.
You guys could be doing it too and not being mad at us for doing it when that pain is all internal. Just struggle with that pain, and then you'll come back stronger when you figure your shit out.
You wouldn't need to waste all of your life on your sock accounts.
As Will Sasso once said, or don't.
I finally said that to somebody tonight too because they were upset that I was associating with you on Twitter.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, you can just unfollow me. I swear that there's no hard feelings.
Yeah.
You just said, just don't do the thing. I'm like, dude, if me tweeting towards my husband /boss /host on Twitter upsets you, you can just unfollow me.
Here's where he fucked up. He didn't realize that the Twitter account says Steel Toe Morning Show.
He fucked up.
But the handle is at Aaron Imhold. So he thought you were responding to the show account when that's my personal account.
He didn't though, because he's associated with the two of us on Twitter before.
Chef Low F Word says, did you just call Aunt Daddy? Yes, that's what the joke was.
Daddy Aunt.
Is that I want Aunt to be my father. That was what the joke was. Thank you for stepping in, making it real, and fucking it up.
It sounds like you have many fathers. He doesn't need a man. He needs the man.
It's not that I have many. It's not that I have many.
Cornette.
It's not that I have many fathers.
And Cumia.
It's that I really need a new one, and so I'm just looking for
honey.
one. I had a bad one. Now I need to replace it.
My father loves you.
Well, there you
Dearly.
go. Well, yeah, but your dad will always be there. If I can.
Oh,
if-
wow. So you just need some accessory
Right, if I go to
fathers.
Aunt and he goes, I'll take care of you, son. Let's go fishing.
He just totes you around like a briefcase.
And then if Aunt says, no, that's okay. We still got that meat lover's pizza in the trunk.
I like the idea of an accessory father.
There you go.
You just need a few.
Dave O'Flave says, does anyone else think Keanu looks like Zooey Deschanel?
There's a touch of it. We talked about that on a Simcast once.
I get more of she's from South Carolina. I do get more of a classical Southern thing out of Keanu.
Both of them, I'll say this, both shorter than I actually thought they'd be.
Gino's a
She's
little guy.
she's my very same size. She's my height. We could fit in the same clothes, all that. And he's just, desks make people either look a lot shorter or a lot taller, and I thought he was a little closer to you.
What I do with Gino, what I did this weekend was when he said something funny, I just grabbed him in a headlock, gave him a noogie, and go, oh, you little rascal.
You little scamp.
Yeah, I see you little scamp. You are just so cute.
I had to touch his hair. I had a few beers at Stoney's, and you were all sitting on the bench before me, and I'm like, can I just... There's a lot of volume in there.
So it's voluminous.
It's very taut hair, too. It does not sit down.
It's voluminous hair.
Yeah.
All right, kids. We've got a lot of shit to talk about tonight. Now I've only gotten a little more than an hour to do it. We've got overtime coming tonight. $15 away from tonight's goal. Streamlabs, PayPal. All right. One of you, don't even tell me who it's going to be. I'll hit refresh on PayPal or Venmo or Streamlabs, and I'll figure it out. But one of you, right at this moment, finish it off. There you go.
Lucky goal.
Go. Finish it off. Don't even tell me you're going to do it. Finish off that 15 now. And if multiple of you do it at once, don't worry. We can put it towards tomorrow. It's all right. I wanted to start off the show with this, but we got into the anniversary stuff. And
All
I
right.
know Kenneth Pogue is like, oh, can we talk about something else?
No.
We just had a huge event. We want to talk about it. So the morning show and the evening show, we're going to spend some time
Yeah.
on it. We're done now. We're moving on. But
It was
I
massive.
I just
for
want you
us.
to bear with me, and I appreciate it. More than 300 of you are. I just wanted you to bear with me, and we had a really fun event, a really fun night, and we consider you guys our friends, and we wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, so many of
together.
our listeners were like thrilled to be part of that too. If they want to hear about it, we'll be done soon.
So we have a little financial news. We usually don't talk financial, like stocks and shit.
No, this is not financial advice, correct?
This is not financial advice. I am not a stockbroker, but
All right.
I saw some really great news. We're kind of growing with Rumble. I think between YouTube and Rumble now, we're up around 13,000 subscribers on all the platforms. 30,000 if you count Facebook and Twitter, but those are multi-use. I don't count it. Just like I don't count them in our view count either. But we're kind of growing with Rumble. We're not really rooting for YouTube because we know, like, especially as the election gets closer, they're going to throttle us. They're going to fuck with us. Our numbers are set on YouTube. On Rumble, we peak out in the 300 to 400s in the morning. On YouTube, we peak out in the mid 400s in the morning. 700 to 800 people at a time. Very happy with that. When we didn't have Rumble and it was just YouTube, it was like 550 to 600 at a time. So I appreciate the growth that they've given us. It's awesome. But I'm also rooting for them as a company because I think they're more fair to creators.
Mm-hmm.
They spread the word. They make it easier for your show to grow.
Open to free speech.
There is a much better percentage of channels and shows to user ratio. In YouTube, there's billions of people looking for content and so many people providing, like, it's watered down. Rumble, there's way more people looking for content than creating content.
Hungry people, yes.
I love that. And Rumble makes it easy. They're just straight up. They don't fuck with their algorithms like YouTube does. If you get a lot of likes, you get a lot of views, they're like, hey, this looks like, hey, you guys might like this. Here you go. This is doing really well in podcasts right now. Check it out.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that about Rumble. So I'm rooting for them as a company because I imagine running a video streaming service is not cheap, and financially, you got to eventually be profitable. They're a publicly traded company. They don't have to be profitable right now, and I don't know if they are or aren't, but eventually you're going to have to turn a profit. Well, video platform Rumble Inc. reported second quarter financial results today.
Okay.
Rumble reported second quarter revenue of $24.97 million, which was up 468%
Oh my
year over
God.
year.
That's impressive.
Rumble reported 468% year over year growth today,
Incredible.
which is great news. The revenue total beat a street consensus estimate of $18.15 million. So that Rumble stock today probably took a nice bump up.
Little rise.
Yeah.
That's awesome to hear that.
The company said advertising revenue was up $18 million in the second quarter year over year, and licensing/other revenue was up $2.6 million year over year. The company reported 44 million average global monthly active users. The monthly active user base was made up of 28 million MAUs, monthly average users, from the U.S. and Canada. Minutes watched per month were up 46% year over year in the second quarter. The company ended the second quarter with $296.7 million in cash and cash equivalents. Okay, so they got money on hand.
That's impressive.
The success achieved in the second quarter is evident in our top line growth. We generated revenue of $25 million, which is a company record, said CEO Chris Pavlovsky. This early monetization of our users is proof we are not only have the audience, but most importantly, the capabilities to monetize our user base. So, look, man, if we're putting our eggs in the Rumble basket and Rumble keeps, doing this and just, continuing to grow, I'm excited about it.
I'm very excited as well.
It means good things.
I love hearing it.
Aaron's period pill said, with $5 said, I missed the story on why it took April so long to pick you up.
I guess it's not really much of a story, except that I clearly had reason for bringing Gino and Keanu home first, and that reason being Gino had an evening. He was a bit sick. I think we've covered that, right? I can say it now. He's puked. Got home, puked in my house again, mostly made it in the toilet. I found somewhere on the sink that I'm going to go clean off. I haven't even told him and Kiki that yet. There was puke on the sink.
Uh-oh.
He must have leaned over and spit out in there or something, because when he came downstairs later, he didn't remember puking even. So he probably just leaning over, miserable. Didn't know. But yeah, he was sick. Keanu and I hung out a while, made sure he didn't pass away.
Yeah.
And all that. And I tried calling. I
didn't get
calling
reception,
Aaron. I tried calling Grinch Girl. I tried calling a bunch of people. Cheetos. Dropped calls across the board. I couldn't reach you.
Yeah. It was, so it took a little longer.
I got there. It's about a 20-minute drive, so that took time too.
Lemmy with $5 says, here's $1 for everyone who showed up to the Steel Toe anniversary show. Thank you, Lemmy. $10 from Marley Analytics says, Oliver Anthony seems to be promoting Rumble lately too. That is awesome. That guy, I'm not a big, that show that's, that song that he did that's all over the place.
Is that the redheaded guy?
Yeah.
He was. They played that on Tax today, and that was my first time hearing it.
It's a little Tom McDonald-y to me. It's a little, yeah, we're gonna get these woke fuckers. I just don't like the force. It just seems like when people start making raps and songs about it, it seems like it comes off as grifty to me rather than. But I guess if you're a musician, you want to write about the shit that's important to you. I don't know. I don't have a problem with it.
That's kind of where I was going with the whole try this in a small town angle. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I'm
but
trying.
It's the same lines.
I'm having a hard time hating it. It's, Matthew Jenkins says it's boomer cringe. I agree, but those people will like that song, and it's kind of like the picture of us playing golf. If people enjoy it, fine. I don't hate the song. I don't think it's a shitty song. The level of success it's achieved. Here's what my take on it is. The level of success it's achieved is not equivalent to how good of a song it's not as good of a song as it is successful, but that's every popular song.
It is every popular song. I don't really feel a need to hate on anyone their music taste unless you listen to Matchbox 20. Then I'd be like, Oliver Anthony, Matchbox 20. I'm picking Oliver.
I'm not gonna sit here and take this shit. I am not gonna sit here and listen to.
You know what?
Matchbox 20 be shat upon.
I'll amend my statement.
Yes.
If I can get my Matchbox 20 songs sung by you and Gino,
deal.
I'll listen.
Deal. Let's go into the audience here. Lemmy with 14. Lemmy with 14 on PayPal. I said, somebody go in and do the 15, knock out the goal tonight. Lemmy with 14. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Thomas Canavan says, wouldn't seem right to have any begging tonight. Oh, thanks, buddy. Throws $15 in there.
Thank you.
So that's going to put us 25 ahead for tomorrow morning. Thank you, boys and girls. And anything else anyone throws in tonight goes to tomorrow morning's goal. So thank you. Does anyone have the link for the 5 dancing Israeli songs? Do me a favor, Steel Toe Out of Context. Could you throw that to Dustin in the chat so he can see that? Steel Toe Out of Context says it's all good unless you listen to Eric Church. I don't like that guy. Got black eyes like a doll's eyes.
Yeah, that guy's not country, that's for sure.
Citizen M says, I'm a Florida Georgia line kind of guy.
We can be on the right day.
I like one of their songs. I'm not going to sit here and say that they're the fucking worst. I mean, they are what they are.
I was a bit sad that my my karaoke evening got cut short. I only got 3 songs in. I wanted to sing Round Here with you really bad.
Yeah, we were all kind of falling apart. We were all kind of falling apart on you, though.
I know, and then I was sober, so I had to pick up the pieces.
All right, guys, let's get into some things here. We've got, I want to do this Wisconsin cow story. I love this so much. What I love so much about this story is that if you watch the TV news stories on it, you will still never know what the cow's name was.
Okay.
Because they will not say it on the news.
They can't, right?
They will not read it on the news. They will not show you a picture of the name hanging in the barn on the news. And you said something very interesting there. They said, well, they can't, can they? The fuck they can't. They're the news. They can say whatever they want.
It's not kosher, though.
I've had a problem with that ever since the Don Imus thing and the Kramer thing. When Michael Richards shouted the N-word on stage over and over and over again, there is nothing as a news person other than your own cowardice that is stopping you from A, playing that audio, or B, saying and reading what he said.
Okay, let me amend that statement as well. Okay, you can say it, but there's an invisible hand not allowing you to say it lest you be fired.
True. Your job is absolutely threatened.
Yeah.
But your job can be absolutely threatened for any reason. I mean, there's other things they do and that they read on the news that could offend someone and get you fired. So you're making choices.
Like gay fucking shit.
Gay fucking shit, or keep fucking that chicken.
That's a good one.
There's a lot of things you can say on the news that would offend people to the point where it may cost you your job. But you feel that as a news person, it is your responsibility to inform people, so you can't be worried about that. But with this, they don't take that risk. They just go, no, I don't want to say the word. It's scary. But it's the reason that you're telling the story. The word isn't just an incidental part of the story. The word is the story. If the cow were called anything else, there would be no story.
Okay.
If the cow were called Pinocchio, nobody would give a shit.
I have always felt that way. If you're going to tell me that something happened, you at least have to tell me what it was that happened.
Michael Richards yells offensive slurs at a comedy show. If that's your story, you have to tell me what the offensive slurs are.
Yeah, because the word offensive is like by opinion, or it's like somebody's like
subjective.
Yeah, it's subjective. So what if I didn't think it was offensive?
Right.
I think I'd need to know the context. What was it?
Well, we're going to play the story for you, and I just fucking hate that the news won't read it. The only reason you know what? I can say it on the show. We're not going to get struck or anything like that. You know, one thing I will say about YouTube, I will say to its benefit, is that they do review things for context. So they do a good job of going like, oh, they're not saying that, they're not saying that word at somebody. They're just saying a word in the context of a news story.
Before you hit play and I see what this cow looked like, is he a Black Angus by any chance?
We'll get there.
Tonight over the name of a cow at the Wisconsin State Fair. The name is a widely recognized racial slur.
The cow actually won a competition and the exhibitor was
Ducat Crush Tattoo, Milgene Beamer, Jiggly X 91. Nobody would put this fucking cow. Look, they even blurred it out on the news. The name of the cow is the story.
Right. Don't mention the story if you're not going to tell me what happened.
If you're going, look, I'm not saying the news has to be brave. Be chicken shit if you want to, but don't report the story and be chicken shit.
That's what I'm saying. Just skip it then.
Do the story and say the word. The cow's name, by the way, that they gave at the fair, the cow's name was Jigaboo. That was the name they gave to their cow.
It's just cute.
It is also considered a racial slur. It's not a good word to use.
But it doesn't have to be the racial
People
slur.
shouldn't use it. It offends a lot of people. Sure, absolutely. But that's the name they gave the cow, and that's what this news story is about. And if you're not going to say, I can't be a hypocrite. I can't bring the story up and not say the word. But you see how I did it? And now watch. Nothing's going to happen. You can do the same thing on the news. And when people call to complain, you can go, it was what the fucking story was about, you dipshit. Like, if smart people, this is why I'm so upset that we've broken down amongst left and right lines, because it should be smart people and dumb people lines. There are smart Democrats, there are smart Republicans, there's dumb both. If the smart ones would stand up to the dumb ones and say, hey, no, it's not our job to dumb down shit for you. It's your job to keep up. And if you can't, sorry. So when it comes to this story and the news goes, and the cow with the offensive name, they had named the cow Jigaboo. And, and then people start calling and complaining, well, you need to do something because I was offended by it. We didn't say the word. We didn't call anybody the fucking word. We reported what they called the cow. That's what the story was about.
Right, it's not a human even.
Right.
It's an animal.
The cow or the...
The cow.
Oh, okay, the cow. Thank you. I just needed to make sure. But the news guy isn't sitting there yelling the word at you. The news guy is telling you, did you want to know about the story that got you so heated and upset? Yes, you did. The news guy had to say it for you. I fucking hate that.
Was rewarded. 12 News' Nick Boris live at the fair. And Nick, some are asking, how could this happen?
They sent a black man. Oh.
And Kristen, that cow won an award here just 1 week ago, but apparently no one spoke up about the name. Now,
That's because it's fine.
That's because I'll tell you why. It's because you're in West Allis, Wisconsin.
Where it's fine.
Where it's, yes.
Come on.
In the area you're in, it is totally fine to use that word. Well, we went to the middle of bumfucked rural Wisconsin, and we found a cow named Jigaboo, and we found that nobody really was bothered by it. And
There's like -2 black people there.
Right.
It's fine.
There were actually 2 black people that went to an open house for a home on the market in West Allis, and they ran out with their hair on fire.
I do know a black lab tried to bite the owner, though. He was upset.
Yeah.
Now the fair is apologizing. The family who named the cow is apologizing. Others, though, are asking why it took so long.
Now, in fairness, you have to be a fucking dipshit in 2023 to name your cow that.
Or you're just fun. Come on. Where's your sense of spirit?
Look, man, do I have a problem personally with the name? No. But I know how the world is.
Have you heard what I call Gordy sometimes?
Yeah, but you can't go in there and be like, oh, I think it's going to be totally fine.
Okay.
You know it's not. So, no, if you're going to name the cow that, don't then back down and fucking apologize when you get caught.
That's what you're bringing your prize cow to the fair where they label your cow. The name is plastered. It's on signs, like 4-H signs.
You cannot tell me that they don't know that that's an offensive name in 2023. So if you pick the offensive name, you chicken shit, when they call you on it, you got to stand by it.
Yes, because you took the cow there knowing that it would be noticed. You did that.
The Wisconsin State Fair is regarded as a wholesome tradition dating back to 1851.
Ironically, when we can own, you get the idea.
Show the cow.
Which is why what David Blake saw here Thursday stunned him.
We're walking through the...
He's cute.
How about the fact that society has definitely progressed on sensitivity, that this guy's offended by that word?
Melton, is that you?
Oh, no, but no. This guy has broader shoulders and he doesn't hunch them in, and he's also outside.
My apologies to this man.
Yeah, this man is not in his own basement just sitting there 23 and a half hours a day with his shoulders slumped going, it's not fair!
And I also haven't seen him laugh at his own stuff yet.
Somebody has to, in fairness.
Reborn, enjoying ourselves, and kind of came across the nameplate and was kind of taken back.
He snapped a photo showing the cow had a racially offensive term for a name.
It's one of those words, one of those few words that
is super fucking fun to say, so I don't like seeing it because I just shout it out loud because it just kind of rolls off the tongue.
I would love to say that word right now. There is something fun about it.
Would you fucking relax?
I have no hatred behind it. That's the difference.
Well, then it's totally fine.
I have no hatred.
And you're a beautiful blonde white girl.
They love me anyways.
Well, you need to put a little meat on your bones, I think.
Excuse me?
Look, man.
I've been squatting.
are should be, totally off limits. I mean, there's a big one that we all know. I think it's kind of on the same.
Wait.
Excuse me, sir. I'm confused.
What?
You said there's a big one that we all know. What do you mean? What's the big one? Because I got pages and pages of words here that I'm thinking of. And between you and me, we need to sort this out. So what's the big one? Because he's right. They did use like a minor league racial slur, like a lesser known.
I've made a list of slurs before, and like I get down like number 12 in my list before I write that down because I kind of forget about it.
So it's not
sometimes.
a top 10 slur for you.
It is now.
Okay.
But like,
it
let's
moved
say,
up.
yeah.
So if we were reading the paper, there would be a green arrow next to that word in the power rankings.
Like the stock market.
Yeah.
It's gone up.
Okay.
Yep.
Level.
The cow's name has been changed in the online listing of awards from the offensive name now to puzzle and acknowledge.
Puzzle.
That's more offensive somehow. This poor cow doesn't know who he is anymore.
To puzzle and acknowledgement of the controversy sparked by the racially offensive name.
Disgusting,
Oh God.
Definitely something people shouldn't be using, and shame on the state fair. I'd assume there.
Nobody talks this way. This guy was so hard to get on the news. Like he had such a boner to get on the news. He's like, and shame on the state fair. It's like, dude, dial it back a little bit. All right. Nobody's this offended by a cow's name.
Not even close, dude. It's not a person. Not even the cow is offended. Do you know what I mean?
And you know what's funny about this story? It's a terrible racial slur. It's awful. So who do they bring on the news to talk about it?
This guy.
A white guy.
I mean, with certain hair and.
Well, look, he could be Jewish.
But you know what I mean? Like, so it's kosher if we say it in relation to the cow, right?
No.
Oh, I meant like us, but that's fine.
Oh, no, it's fine.
I mean,
I'd scream it at this guy.
These people have been calling their cow that probably since it was a little suckling, and now he's Milgene tattoo puzzle.
This is
what the hell?
This is a hate story to me. And no, Milgene was a category. Milgene tattoo is a category. He was.
Oh, I'm retarded.
My problem. This is a hate story for me. Like, I hate the fair because you're gonna respond to the controversy after you gave this cow with a fucked up name a prize.
What if that's the reason they gave it to him?
Right.
For bravery.
But then also the people who named the cow that, like, you don't get to pull the "oh shucks, I really am caught off guard" card.
If that's
if you name that fucking cow that, you either keep it on the goddamn farm or you prepare yourself for a world of shit when you take it out in public.
Look, I've had pets with worse names before in the barn.
Jesus.
And
you really
I'd
did,
stand by those names.
come from a fucking alien world.
I had a harem of like.
Here's your problem.
Okay.
You are a little too far the other way, where you grew up. And we've talked about this on the show before. You did grow up in a fucked up place. Like, you did grow up in a backwards, racist, fucking
society
town. Yeah, your town goes too far the other way.
Not all of them.
Whereas, the softness of the more urban areas and the suburban areas, they go too far in sensitivity. The rural areas have stereotypes for a reason. To me, what makes this a hate is that these people were dumb enough to name their cow a name that was going to get them nothing but shit.
I'm telling
Nobody's
you.
ever going to get your back naming your animal this when it goes public what you named your animal.
I'm telling you that you're wrong when you say they were dumb enough to do it because they knew what they were doing and they thought it was awesome and hilarious.
No, they didn't.
The only time they screwed up was the apology.
No, they didn't, because they apologized when they got confronted. So they didn't think this was funny and awesome and cool. No, you're wrong.
I only think they apologized to avoid trouble.
Then why bring it to the fucking fair if you're going to apologize?
Because they wanted to be that guy.
Yeah, no.
Would be policies in place where they kind of look at the names and everything. Why this was allowed to get through.
A fair spokesperson said the exhibitor is no longer here at the fair, saying, quote, "We do not tolerate or condone this behavior. We are sorry this happened and was not brought to our attention sooner."
This is why it's a hate. Why did you okay them to enter the fair then?
You do have to put the animal's name down when you enter them.
This is how you know that nobody reads these things. They just read the weight.
Yeah.
They're good. Okay, this is their category. Here we go.
Somebody skated past it, but now you kicked a poor cow out of the fair. Not that it knows any different, but
It's not like the cow's racist.
Right, but they
Unless
even
he
changed
is.
the cow's name. Like, and you're still going to kick the cow out of the fair.
Because I heard the cow make a noise once. I went,
See,
And
I
was like,
heard
that's
he
offensive.
went out for smokes.
I feel like that shouldn't have got past state fair to allow that.
Community activist.
You know what's funny about this guy? He's a black activist, and he's less offended than the white guy was. He's like, yeah, I feel like they just kind of swung and missed on that one, Get him next time. The other guy's like, I'm outraged and shame on the fair. And this guy's like, yeah, it's a little messed up that they did that. But what you gonna do?
Vaughn Mays called attention to the name Thursday on social media. He says he finds it hard to believe the name could be an innocent mistake.
Right, it's not.
It's a total conversation for this state about where we are and the state of relations in this country. Do we want this stuff to get better, or are we going to continue to be divided?
Like that's why it's another reason why it's a hate story. Those people knew what they named their cow. You're not retarded enough to know that that's not a racial slur.
You just got done 2 minutes ago saying that they were stupid enough to not get that.
They're stupid. No, they're stupid enough to name the fucking cow that and then back down when they got confronted. They absolutely knew what that meant. You can't hide behind, I had no idea. Yes, you did.
But that's what I said. And on that board that they just showed, like one of the creatures, one of the cows, was named Jiggy something or other. And I'm like, think of all the dumb extra names that we call our dog alone. It's not far-fetched to assume that they could have just attached Boo to the end of that name.
No, fucking horseshit. Don't defend them because they come from the same kind of place
I was entertaining your notion from 2 minutes ago.
They 100% know what that word means. They named it to see if they could sneak a spitball past the batter.
That's what I said.
And then what? But here's my problem. Then fucking stand by the name.
That's also what I said.
Right.
I don't think you get to bring your offensive cow to the fair and
then apologize.
feign surprise that you didn't know that. Yes,
that
you
was
did.
that was my whole point. Either stick with the name and defend it and go, I don't give a fuck if people get offended. What are you gonna do? And give me my prize money, or keep the fucking cow at home and enter
It's
Daisy
not the cow's
in the
fault,
fair.
by the way.
He should still
The
be.
cow did nothing wrong.
He should still be made into steaks and burgers because it would be delicious.
And Nick, you mentioned the cow was shown by a girl from Dodge County. Have you spoken with her?
Yeah, she probably played the dumb woman card. Oh, I had no idea. Yes, you did.
What if it was a black girl?
I've been trying all day, and just literally within the last 5 minutes, I got a statement from the family, the Hildebrand family in Dodge County. They said, quote,
could we not read their name and where they're from in a story where they were being racist, please? It's not going to end well.
That's probably not the most common name in that county either, so it's probably not hard to narrow that down.
Actually, I will say this. It's a German name in Wisconsin. There's probably a shit fuck of Hildebrands.
Hildebrands?
Yeah, in Wisconsin. Wisconsin's more German than Minnesota. Wisconsin's German without the Swede. It's a very German state. So there's probably a lot of Hildebrands.
I want to extend
Grubers.
Our sincere apologies to the black community, the Wisconsin State Fair, and fellow dairy farmers about the racially insensitive term we used to name one of our cows. We now recognize, it reads here, that use of this word is unacceptable and harmful. They went on to say they immediately...
Again, I don't buy for a second that you didn't know that before you brought it to the fair.
But that's what I said.
Right.
Like I know that they weren't stupid enough. I think they were just that people who thought it was either a cute name or a funny one, and they're like, haha, let's bring to the fair and make everybody say it.
No, you fucking knew what you did. You fucking no, again, either go, no, fuck it, we're doing a free speech thing, or keep the fucking cow at home.
You know what that name would be considered to real people with barns full of animals? That's your barn name. When you have livestock, there's a registered name, which is usually gay, and then there's a barn name. Case A, I had a horse that's full name, registered, Sonny's Fair Step Asset. Barn name, Share. Okay? The J name would be the barn name.
Fuck. I mean, sometimes when you talk about how small town people are, I have to say, sometimes I do want to approve nuclear testing.
But
in
you
those
don't.
areas.
You don't.
I really
say,
do. Some of them, I'm just like, why don't we just fucking nuke them?
You don't say the barn name to the public, okay?
They changed the cow's name upon learning of the meaning of this term, they said, and are committed to educating themselves further. The State Fair also just a few minutes ago told us that they don't review the cows' names when they're entered, any animal names, but that is something that they plan to review.
I was just going to say, that's about to change.
Somebody tries to bring a black Angus cow and they're named the N-word.
Yeah.
Just to see
do you know how many people are going to test them next year?
God, I'd come up with something exotic.
There's so many people that are going to try really hard to kind of fuck with the State Fair now.
You got to be slick about it. There's a lot of them sneaky names in our chat even. You can just come up with something sexual.
Yeah. It's It's one of those things where people try with the racial stuff all the time, and they try to sneak it by and all that stuff. But at least they know what they're doing. And when we go, hey, what the fuck are you doing? They don't go, oh, I'm sorry. I apologize so much. It's like, no, that's exactly what you were going for. That's why I hate these people. They got the reaction they fucking wanted when they named the cow that and entered it in the fair, and then they backed down when they got their response. Oh, gee, we didn't know. We're going to educate ourselves.
You know what's funny, though, is that the judges probably chuckled to themselves.
Oh, yeah, in Wisconsin? Yeah, it's probably a bunch of racists.
I believe in my heart of hearts that any outrage was feigned, it was false, and they only did it because somebody complained.
I will say, not the black guy. The black guy was probably pissed.
He probably calls his friends the N-word, too.
No, I bet you that guy's probably pissed off. Those activists are always pissed off. Sean says, my cat's name is Sammy. I call him Sambo. Apparently that name is offensive. I had no idea. Oh, shit. Google a fucking name. Yeah, here you go, Balls Deep. Pickaboo or Jiganinny. We'll place 1 and 2. Yeah, you can mix it up.
Those sound offensive.
We're trying to have a little fun. Jake in the Hudson says, cows are 15% of the population, but they commit 80% of the violent crimes. Hulkamash says, I'd name it Django and say that it's a 1 in 10,000 bull. There you go.
I like that, actually.
Yeah, I hate that shit where you get called out. You get called out for the thing you did and then pretend you didn't do it.
What?
Yeah, I hate that shit. I fucking hate what?
I hate that when people like intentionally make anyone angry.
Right.
You're like, why are you so mad? I didn't say anything.
Why are you being so mad about the thing that we clearly were trying to make you mad about? It's like, because then you have to get extra mad at them. It's like, I know you're not this stupid.
It's like,
and you didn't want to be called out. You thought you were being sneaky and you got called out. Now you're trying to play victim.
It's like somebody's pushing a bruise on you and you're upset now because you're in pain. You're like, I'm not, what?
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything.
You saw the bruise, fuckface.
You saw it. It was big and looks like a fist.
But enough about my cock. Let's talk about Chrissy Mayer coming to Sartell, Minnesota, Saturday, October 21st with Lila Hart, myself, and other special guests are going to be either in attendance or on stage that night. Come out and see Chrissy. She's very funny. She does an awesome show. She's been making a lot of news lately.
Oh, so many heads spinning.
Yes, the Malaysia jokes.
She has a whole country that hates her.
Yes, the fat cow that she ran out of a comedy club, which is wonderful. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, Lila Hart, who's very, very funny as well.
Enthusiastic.
I will be there. All the Steel Toe people will be there. We want you to be there as well. It's at Partners Pub, where we've had many great sold-out shows. Let's make this one of those sold-out shows. Doors open at 7:30. The show will be at 8:30. And yes, we're hanging out and drinking afterwards.
Probably singing.
Yes, we always do. So make sure to join us and hang out with Chrissy and Lila and perhaps some others. Saturday, October 21st at Partners Pub in Sartell. The links are pinned to the top of the page. Ooh. The links are in the chat. Go ahead and grab your tickets today. There's one link in the Rumble chat, one in the YouTube chat. There you go. So go ahead, click that link, get your tickets, and we will see you in October. That'll be 3 shows that we will have been a part of this year.
I know.
One more than usual.
I'm thrilled. We're meeting many cool people this year.
Many of our compound brethren.
It is interesting. It seems like many of the people at Compound we've been in contact with for so very long now. Like Gino and Keanu both got here, and it's like, I feel like I've known you guys for too long to have not met you in person.
Sure. Everybody hit like, everybody hit follow, no matter what platform you're watching right now. Still, over 300 of you here. God bless you for hanging out with us. Let's get that like number on YouTube to 100. I don't know where it is on Rumble right now, but let's butt fuck that number up a little bit too. Just hit that thumbs up and show us you are enjoying yourself. Yeah, Sean says next on that news story, they were about to, post the Hildebrand's address.
Yeah, don't say the family's name. They already had to take their prize cow home. Yeah. It's over.
Mr. Q says buying a ticket Wednesday. Yul Gibbons says I may check out the Chrissy show. Yeah, get your tickets.
You all should.
Come to the Chrissy show. You're going to love it. It's going to be great. People are already buying. I put these up late last night, so basically this morning, and the tickets are already
Her
gone.
and Lila are an absolute riot. You don't want to miss it.
You're gonna have a great time. Hey, that wildfire in Maui, are we all agreeing that that's a psyop?
I would like to scratch the name wild and insert intentional.
Yeah.
If I may.
I 100% believe that this is I do believe in my heart of hearts that this was set, that this was dragged on, this was encouraged. Because like the people who live there say, we didn't get any kind of warning. Nobody organized any kind of, and then
no sirens.
You want something fucked up?
I don't, but
the police chief in Maui, the city where this wildfire happened in Maui. Do you remember the Las Vegas shooting?
I do.
He was the police chief in Las Vegas during the Mandalay Bay shooting.
Get the fuck out of here.
Not kidding. It's too much, right?
That's actually too much for me.
It's too much.
I was already troubled. The whole cars don't, just disintegrate on top of concrete the way that they're doing now.
Yeah.
Any of that. That's too much for me.
It is.
Was too much.
I had to look that one up. I saw that one today, and I'm like, that can't be real.
So that
sure
you
as shit.
fact-checked it.
I fact-checked that one. The guy who is the police chief in the city where the wildfires are now, in Maui, was the police chief in Las Vegas during the Mandalay Bay shooting.
I'm disgusted.
Another shooting where we have no idea what the fuck happened.
Oh, and we couldn't stop the guy before he just killed everyone.
And
isn't that funny how that happens?
He hauled a shitload of ammo up. There's no cameras that saw it. I mean, look, April and I have been to Vegas a few times. You guys have probably been to Vegas a few times. Some of you. Fucking cameras everywhere.
Security is top
yes.
of the food chain. It is right here. You got to get through security. There's cameras. If somebody even catches you sneezing the wrong way, someone's going to be like, could you cover up? We're a classy joint here.
As far as MGM properties go, Mandalay Bay is probably the second nicest they have.
100%.
There's
so
Bellagio. There's Bellagio, which is the jewel. And there's Mandalay Bay. You could say Aria or Mandalay Bay.
Wynn.
I mean, they have the Cosmopolitan now too. So
Wynn.
it's in the top 3. No, Wynn is independently owned. That's not an MGM property.
Sorry.
So that's yeah. I mean,
that's jarring to me.
Yeah, we
actually.
still don't know what happened there. And then, of course, Paul R. Nelson blames Ron Kind. I can't blame Ron Kind, even though I do agree with you, Paul. He is the wrong kind. That is 100% correct.
There was always something. So that shooting was in 2017. And
yes.
So it's very fresh in most people's minds still. And it was always jarring to me that somehow this guy got up not a service elevator, which nobody, and I mean nobody, is allowed to use.
Right.
Not one civilian. You're not allowed to use them, but somehow he was able to use a service elevator and get bags upon canvas bags.
Canvas bags, yeah.
Of guns up to his room.
And shitloads of ammunition.
Nobody felt suspicious about that.
Not
one person.
Shot out the window.
Yeah, nobody got in there.
Drilled shitloads of people from that distance.
I never understood a single thing about that event. None of it made sense. You hear of some whack job on the sidewalk, just a crazy person stabbing someone on occasion.
Yeah.
I can buy that.
Right.
That seems, reasonable by crimes,
So now with this Maui wildfire, do we have anyone who thinks that this is actually just some wildfire that started because they're ramping up, because I think they're sensing Biden might not get a second term, so they got to get this shit going. They're ramping up the climate change stuff. They're ramping up the energy stuff. And they need examples. Mother Nature is not giving them the examples they need.
What are they going to do? Drop another bioweapon on us and make us all shut down one more time? But make this one count?
Don't give them ideas.
I'm terrified. This is scary.
They're over, I think, 100 dead, and it's gonna keep going up because they've barely checked for remains. And how can you when it's all ash?
Last night it was at 3% of homes were checked. 3.
So you're looking at over 100 people dead in this wildfire, and they showed us a Tesla. They go, this Tesla look at it, it's just a frame now. Yeah, that's because those lithium-ion batteries, they burn forever. They showed the cars that were burned in the street, and they were just like singed cars, burnt cars. The Tesla, no frame, just the seats.
It was like a ghost of a car.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry, but all this shit that's just burning on concrete?
Doesn't make sense.
I don't buy it. It was a natural wildfire. I don't fucking buy it either. Here's what I'll give them. Either. Here's the natural non-conspiracy explanation I'll entertain. some dickhead started this fire and it got away from him. Like that one in California where they were having a gender reveal party and they started a wildfire with the guns.
Ugh.
Okay, I'll buy that.
I'll buy that God smited the whole island.
But
How about that?
if you don't give me accidentally set by a person or intentionally set by a person, I'm going with intentionally set by people in power to blame climate change and push regulation.
You know what else I don't buy? Like, there is part of me, like, I don't truly know the square footage of that island. I don't, the acreage and stuff, but like, and the entire thing is going to burn before we can put it out at all or get a warning out there. Couldn't we at least get a warning out? You'd say half that island's burned. You can't alert the other island to get the fuck out.
Right.
Nothing.
And
There's
again,
nothing.
I repeat, in case you want to go further down the conspiracy rabbit hole with this, the police chief in this town was the police chief in Las Vegas when the Mandalay Bay shooting happened in 2017.
How did we find that out, by the way? You know what I mean? Somebody had to be sus of this whole thing.
Well, they just looked him up, and you see his work history.
Interesting.
Oh.
It is. It's too much. It's overwhelming. They're literally, if this is what some people are, suspecting, we're just willing to kill innocent families.
The lovely and talented Gino Bisconti says they bombed that fucking island. The only thing bombed harder than that island this weekend was my liver. Gino, I don't know if you were watching the show earlier, but the In Hot Water episode today was fucking hilarious. Oh. It was the first show I've ever done with Bill Schultz. I hate to say that I underestimated Bill Schultz beforehand. Had no idea it was that funny.
I didn't either.
That was a hilarious show. And it was nice to give Gino a taste of his own medicine.
Give him a little lashing.
Yeah, just kind of, he wants to get into something and you just go, blah, 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 blah. Garrett was living vicariously through us as well. Because I was telling the audience, I was going, yeah, Gino, I was trying to get to the Owen Benjamin Anthony thing on Friday, and it took 4 hours. And Garrett goes, how does it feel, Aaron?
How does it feel?
I'm like, this feels great.
I think in honor of Bill tomorrow, you should wear the shirt.
I'll wear my,
it's clean.
and I'll also wear it when I'm a guest on morning. I'll wear
That's
my,
pretty
you
cool.
mess with the bull, you get the Schultz, or you mess with the bill, you get the Schultz.
Oh, fuck. I thought it was the first one. But
If they say bull, that's retarded. No offense, but they need to change it. You mess with the bill, you get the Schultz.
it might be that. It's in the dryer.
We'll check it out.
It's right there.
Gino says, when Garrett said, how do you like it, Aaron? I was dying. Yeah, it was so fucking funny.
It was a very good episode today.
Guys, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, if the part-time boss is going to be mad at me for this. In Hot Water, and I was part of it, so I'm going to sound egotistical as all hell, but I was just a party to it.
Nah.
In Hot Water today, funnier than the Anthony Cumia show.
Okay, but the Anthony Cumia show is also very complimentary to me.
Yes.
So I'm biased.
Still a great show.
I didn't hear you guys sucking my tits enough on In Hot Water
In
today.
Hot Water was, it was on fire like it was an intentionally set one by the police chief of Maui. That's how hot it was. It was great.
It was very good.
Gino says, that was so funny. I'm still getting texts about it.
Will you scroll up barely and just sing his last comment for me?
Listen to the Mandalay Bay.
Thank you. That did it for me.
Listen to the shooting on the way. Yeah, listen to the glass break. Every time he fires away. Yeah, listen to the concert end. All the people ducking low. Listen to the blood roll.
Fuck.
Down the street as he turns to go.
I was trying to keep a straight face.
Listen to the Mandalay Bay. Listen to the gurgles on the strip. Sorry.
On their tummies they lay.
Oh.
Oh, no. Champa Bay.
Listen
Champa
to
Bay.
their stomachs bloat.
All right,
when they
too
lay
soon.
there dead like gold.
Can you let the bodies cool first?
Sorry. It's been 6 years. They better have cooled down.
God.
Where are you keeping these bodies?
They had to wash the blood off that concrete. Somehow.
No, they definitely pressure washed it.
Do you know how fucked that is? Somebody
It's
somebody had to do that.
It's probably so fucked that the police chief would be sent to another town to incur another disaster so you could pass legislation advantageous to your cause. Because, April, guess what happened after the Mandalay Bay shooting?
Huh.
They banned bump stocks.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I hadn't heard.
that Maui.
I'm angry.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep a fun thing, a little vibe for the show. I'm a little angry about it.
That Maui fire. Oh, people love this shit. That Maui fire is horse shit.
Sus as fuck, if I may.
It's sus as fuck.
It's pretty sus. And like I said last night, as we're watching the broadcast, pure devastation. Looks like something out of a movie. You've never seen it before.
We were watching it with two friends yesterday, and we were all, and I could kind of feel my buddy kind of had the same feeling I did about the conspiracy part, but I don't think his wife is as into that shit.
She's not a fan of conspiracies.
No, and
she just kind of believes things just happen as they do. I
think he kind of was like, yeah, that's a little.
It was a real boner killer, if I may. The whole thing.
Mr. Q says, how did you get a better gig in Hawaii after doing a shit job in Las Vegas? Because the politicians you did it for were really happy with the job you did in Las Vegas, so they gave you another gig.
Maybe they sent him there because they wanted to make it look as if they were banishing him to somewhere.
Dude, I'm telling you, that's what, I'm going to go real deep here. That's what all that Epstein shit is. That's why they do that. That's intelligence organizations taking people who aren't used to going on planes like that or having girls or anything like that. They take them up there. They have them fuck underage kids. They get video, they get pictures, and they go, hey, chief, you know how you were a nobody police officer and we made you a chief and then we took you to these parties and for some reason you haven't had to pay taxes in 10 years. You know how we've done you all these favors? Well, guess what? We want you to let a lot of people get murdered in Las Vegas. And he goes, Jesus Christ. I don't think this guy is such a sociopath that he just allows this shit to happen. I bet you he protests. And he goes, guys, we can't fucking do that. And be really a shame if that video of you fucking a 13-year-old prostitute got out.
You know what'll be really telling, in my opinion? Seeing as he is a human at the end of the day and he now has 2 humongous bloodsheds under his belt.
Yeah. Oh, you think
how long before a self-deletion happens?
You think he eats the service
the
weapon?
Guilt.
You think?
I do.
Yeah.
I don't know how you... If it was what we think it may be, I don't know how you live with yourself.
Hey, you know how we have that video of you fucking a 13-year-old prostitute? You're going to let this shooting happen. Oh, God, I can't do this. You will. All right, fine. And now, guess what? The next time, it is. I just watched the movie Shooter. It's like when the Russian guy tells Mark Wahlberg in Shooter about the village with the pipeline. He goes, and Mark Wahlberg goes, oh, so they asked, well, let me guess. They asked them to leave and they said no, so they just killed them. And the guy looks at Mark Wahlberg and goes, no, they didn't ask. They just killed them so that the next village wouldn't need to be asked. And I think that's what they do with guys like this police chief. The first time they commit this atrocity, he's like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? And he's like, what are you going to do next time we need you? He goes, I'll just say yes. I'll just say yes.
All right, but I want to remind everybody, as of last night, I don't know what it's at, 3, and I mean it, 3% of those houses were checked, and it was up to 55 deaths last night. How many do you think are slain?
Thousands. Thousands of people are dead.
Because you know why? Nobody warned them. Nobody sent an alert. Hey, this island's on fire. You should get off of it.
Gino says, by the way, incredible wardrobe today, you two. Yes, our in hot water gear. That
Thanks.
you left a fucking grease stain on, you dirty wop.
What is that?
What the fuck did you do to my shirt?
And it doesn't wash out.
It's been washed already.
This is a beautiful shirt, and this guy can't wear it in public now because you gooed all over it.
I can't wait. I can't totally blame Gino yet. I can't find him totally guilty. I'll tell you why.
He's greasy.
I did have that sitting off to the side, remember, by the window.
Okay.
And Gino and I did have Casey's pizza that morning.
Oh, was it you?
Does that look like it could be pizza grease?
Gino, you're a saint. You're not as greasy as I thought you were.
I'm wondering if I used this as a napkin or something accidentally. Or not used as a napkin, but handled it after I ate the pizza.
Do you see what color that shirt is?
It's green.
If it's anything but black, no offense, grease shows up and it don't wash out.
Shit.
So I'm sorry. Aaron ruined the shirt.
Gino Bisconti says, thank you, April. That needed to be recognized. I'm behind in the chat.
Yeah, what was that about?
I don't know what that meant. He also agrees it is sus as fuck, as the kids say.
It's very sus and upsetting.
Sus as fuck. What is Yul Gibbons right about? He says, I was passing out and being fed water first. Gino stole my bit. There you go.
Gino, I think I might have found a slight bit of vomit on my bathroom sink, by the way, that you were in.
And a lot of Keanu hair.
You two, okay.
What?
That bathroom is being deep. I'm cleaning the bedding right now. But that bathroom is going to be deep cleaned tomorrow because all I found was vomit. I found a chunk on the sink. I found hair everywhere, and that includes the shower. And there's short ones and there's long ones.
You're saying Keanu's a secreter?
Oh, no, he did
when it comes
too.
to hair. Oh,
there's little curly ones.
That could be pubes.
You two are hairy.
Semen, of course.
Oh.
Yes. Skeezy says there's no way they didn't have forewarning with a natural wildfire. You'd at least smell the smoke. Exactly.
No, you know what the news was claiming last night? They're like, the thing just blazed so fast, there was no time to tell anybody. Yeah, right.
Gino says, I'll let Aaron take the blame, but I can't imagine it wasn't me. Oh, well.
It's just such a lovely shirt that I wish it wasn't on there.
You have plausible deniability because I did probably touch it after I ate breakfast pizza, so it's possible.
I also want one of those shirts. I have to order one.
Look at this. Gino says, Sawi, we are filthy Sicilians.
Yes.
Now you made him feel bad.
Were you here, Gino, when I was saying I was stripping the bedding off the bed you slept in, and it just smelled like Windsor? It's just sweating out of you as you slept.
Who the hell would be drinking Windsor? I have no idea.
How do you ever drink it again after that?
Captain January with $5 over on Rumble says the sheriff from the Vegas shooting is the current governor of Nevada.
Oh.
Nowhere near Hawaii. Also, civilians are... No, police chief. Not sheriff. Police chief. Totally different.
What if you just set me off on this whole tirade?
Nope. I looked this up. Police chief, Maui. John Pelletier.
Okay. Yep.
John Pelletier, scorched Maui, blah, 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 who previously worked in Las Vegas and is now dealing with the incidents based on public information to blah, blah, blah. Report says that. I got to just find it here. Early stages.
All right.
John Peltier's LinkedIn profile displays his work experience. The professional is currently listed as chief of Maui Police Department, who is from Las Vegas, Nevada. Since December 2021, he's been working as chief of police in the county of Maui. And then, before that, he was working in, there you go, police captain. See, former work as police captain in Las Vegas.
Damn. See, your story for me was falling apart a little bit if he was just part of the police force, but he indeed was the captain.
He was the commander of detectives and police supervisors.
Wow.
That was his job as captain. His job was to lead a police command of detectives and police supervisors in an effort to make the Las Vegas community the safest in America.
How did that work out?
He was educated at the FBI National Academy.
That city would be safer if there were pit bulls on every corner.
Time out. Did you hear that part?
Repeat it one more time.
He wasn't trained and educated at like his local police station or the police academy. John Pelletier, the police captain in charge of detectives in Las Vegas during the Mandalay Bay shooting, was educated at the FBI National Academy.
You're right. It didn't sink in the first time. Now it's funny almost.
Now, wait a minute.
Oh.
I thought that if you became like the police captain, you worked your way up from the police academy where you were a police officer.
Don't you typically?
Why would a guy who's just a local police captain be trained at the FBI National Academy?
Planned. Sorry, I have a cough today.
Motherfucker, do they not think we can Google shit? Is this what happens when your leaders are all 80 fucking years old? They think they can do the same shit they've done for 50 years?
Wrong. I think they believe that we can, and they just can do it anyways. I don't think they care anymore. We've said that how many times? Everything is wide out in the open, transparent. They don't care. They don't care if anybody's upset or notices. Did you take your noticinol today? No.
I'm going to go to different cities in Minnesota. 75,000 population and over, like St. Cloud and bigger, which are like 3 or 4 other cities.
Oh, bigger.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I am going to, I'm going to ask the police departments, hey, where did your police captain in charge of detectives and police organizations train at? And I'm going to guess they didn't train at the FBI National Academy like Clarice Starling in Silence of the Lambs.
No, you want to know why? I think if you typically train at the FBI, you become something in the FBI, right? Am I off base here?
You work for the Bureau.
There's a chance, I might not know what I'm talking about.
Steel Toe out of context says if he was in Vegas, he would have been the sheriff because Clark County is the main police force. No, he was the police captain in charge of detectives and police teams or whatever the fuck I said.
Did you not just put that up on the thing?
What?
The thing that literally said he was police captain and in charge of all that.
Nothing to see, folks, says Helgi. Yeah.
It really is that. It's not even, don't look at this thing. It's just kind of, nothing to see here, wink, wink.
Skeezy says, seriously, don't look into incendiary energy weapons. The Chinese totally weren't bragging about successfully developing them recently. Well, if the Chinese have them, we have them. I can tell you that. Gino says, that, my friend, is the definition of a coinky dink. It's just...
I'm psycho laughing now because, like, you can get angry about this stuff, but they do it anyways.
The motherfucker...
It doesn't matter.
He's a local cop in 2 different places, but he was trained at the FBI Academy. I'm sorry, there are no odds that tell you what the odds are of a guy trained at the FBI National Academy being one of the main authority officers in Las Vegas during the Mandalay Bay shooting, which we know fucking nothing about still. And then he goes and becomes a police chief in a town where they have a wildfire that burns out of control on concrete, kills thousands of people. And we also have no fucking idea where it came from. And that guy was trained at the FBI National Academy. I'm sorry, it can't happen.
I'm getting a little concerned, and that's putting it mildly, for our mortality as, a whole society here until November of next year. Because I think as Biden keeps looking worse and worse, I think this stuff does ramp up. I don't think we're wrong. I think it's intentional. I think they want people to be afraid. I think they are slinging around climate change as like this huge be-all, end-all. They're going to bring upon us revelations, but for real. I'm not kidding. Like that's how desperate they're going to get, because there's a Republican out there that is such a satanic freak to them that they can't imagine him getting in there and turning things around lest they look bad.
Ray, did you ever think that maybe the reason we've been so busy lately is because the dead are rising from the grave?
They might.
Let's listen.
The robo-dead.
Why don't we listen to a little bit of music? Yeah. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, that reminds me. Great story from the anniversary show. As Gino was passing out dead and Keanu was trying to get him to drink water, I led people in a chorus of, guys, you know how you power up an Italian? You know how? I went, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, 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 dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. And then we tried.
I walked past you folks.
That didn't work. So then there was a chorus of doot 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 doot. He didn't wake up to that, so we tried. Let me
guess, that didn't work either.
He went, it's a me, Gino.
Oh, yeah.
And then he puked.
So, and on the way home, like I have a like, whether it's a nice vehicle or not, I wanted it to stay clean, right?
Sure.
And I've already got him in there, so it's, I'm playing hurt. But I didn't want, the guy had already puked twice. I'm like, I'm looking at Keanu. I'm like, that guy's gonna puke on the way home, because if you know anything about being too drunk, you puke in cars because you're moving weird. So
He's gonna puke.
Yeah. So she's like assuring me, no, I made him puke. There's no way. I went to Cheetos and I'm like, can you get me something for this guy to puke in? Because he's going to puke.
I'm like, wherever, who cares?
Right.
It doesn't matter.
He brings me a garbage bag. And in the back of the truck, like, I half opened it for him and I handed it to him, like, puke in here. Okay? Yeah. Can you understand? In here. Or tell me to pull over. And then we start driving and the guy's like pulling the bag on his head and stuff and making spitty noises. I looked at him once and I asked her, I'm like, do you think he's okay? And she's like, he's fine.
Guys, I know we're in the middle of overtime right now, but before I forget, there's the link to Eventbrite if you want your tickets for the Chrissy Mayer show that's coming here to Partners Pub that we're helping put on October 21st. Make sure you get your tickets right there. We've already sold quite a few of them just in this first day, so we do appreciate you guys. And I think that one's going to fill up. It's over 2 months away, and we're already moving, so
I'm excited.
We hope you come out, hang out with us, come see Chrissy, Lila Hart. It's going to be a great show. I believe I'm hosting it.
Ooh.
So that's
big gig for a little man, huh? I'm just kidding.
I'm hoping for Steve-O and Tanell Rawlings, and they were both really nice.
Nobody remembers.
Skeezy says mass casualties seem to follow this guy like a shadow.
Yeah, what's next? They put him like They put him in Wyoming over the cauldron, and the whole thing just blows.
Yeah, the super caldera goes off. Yeah.
The caldera. Sorry, what did I say? Cauldron.
Yeah, Skeezy says, hate to break it to you, April, but the Republicans are in on the game, too. Yeah.
I'm not retarded. We're just making a point here about what they can't have in office for them to be like sleeping at night, right?
There are no Democrats and Republicans. There's no Sunnis and Shiites. There's only haves and have-nots. There's only so many people room at the table, Gunny.
I hate all politicians. I think they're up to something at all times. So what I do is I try to pick the one that doesn't seem as evil. That doesn't mean I don't think he's evil. Relax.
Somebody said, there was a very funny, Wrestling Fat Faku says, a drink of the Windsor and ragu all over the place, and then a stroke of my salami all over the sheets, and mamma mia. Gino, probably this weekend.
There's literally a chunk in our sink.
Yes. Gino, sorry if you're trying to call the show, by the way. I left my phone upstairs, so what are you going to do? Amy Staley says, let's start a GoFundMe to get Aaron a lifetime supply of spray hair in a can. That's very hurtful. Well, we're 35
bucks. You look weird like that.
We're $35 into tomorrow's goal, so maybe we'll be there.
Can you imagine if we just filled this in?
Trucker 18-wheeler with $4 says when Trump gets in, they can blame him for all of this.
And they will.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's going to go back and forth, and then he'll blame them, and nothing will get done.
All right, Gino, quick pop quiz. Pop quiz. There's going to be a pop quiz on Wednesday. Pop quiz. Who played Warren Littlefield in The Late Shift? Let's see if he remembers this. I taught him. He was as disgusted as you get when I knew actors and actresses.
And that's how I know him and I would get along famously.
He was disgusted when I told him who played Warren Littlefield in The Late Shift.
Nobody should know who Warren Littlefield is.
That's the character's name.
I know that.
He goes, some guy whose name both begins and ends with a B, you psycho. It's Bob Balaban. Who doesn't know that? God.
I have a distaste for you at the
There was one point in the movie where there was a scene where Kathy Bates is talking to Jay Leno's character.
So, her you should know.
And Gino looks at me, he goes, please tell me you don't know that guy's name. And I looked at him, I go, oh, you mean Daniel Roebuck?
It's disgusting. Yeah, I'm with Gino. He says I just threw up
again. I looked at him, I said, you know who does a great Letterman in this movie? John Michael Higgins. He was
if there was
disgusted.
You could pick a more exciting realm of useless knowledge, if I may. Like, what is this doing for you?
It makes me feel
It is a form of mental what is it? You're mentally masturbating just because you know that guy's name.
I know shit.
Oh, I know that little dude's name right now.
There was we were watching something yesterday, and you asked me who that is, and I go, I think that's. But we were watching Happy Gilmore, you asked me who
the girl
Virginia was in that movie. And I went, I'm not sure on this one. You might have me on this one. I go, I think that's blah, blah, blah. And I was right, but now I can't remember what her name is.
What's Chubbs' name, for real?
Chubbs? That's Carl Weathers. That's Apollo Creed.
Right,
Everyone should know that.
I'm starting easy.
The golfer who said Grizzly Adams did have a beard, that's Lee Trevino.
What's the tall ogre man with the nail in his head?
Oh, that's the guy who played Jaws in the Bond movie. That's
Don't you look it up.
God, I'm going to because I can't remember his name, but I know he was Jaws. I want to say the name Brian is coming to my mind. Who played Jaws in James Bond? Richard Kiel. I fucking knew that.
I don't believe you. What was the bad guy's name?
Christopher McDonald. That's Shooter McGavin.
Right.
For sure.
What was his caddy's real name? The little blonde kid.
The little blonde kid. I don't know, but his homeless.
No, I don't want the homeless one. I want the scrawny blonde one that he replaced.
I don't know that. I don't know that guy. But the other one is Alan Covert. He's in a lot. He's in Grandma's Boy and all that shit. He's in all Adam Sandler's movies.
I have not felt the best today, and you're not helping.
They're saying who was the Jewish caddy? Yeah, that was Alan Covert. Look it up.
I'm gonna be sick.
Played the homeless caddy in Happy Gilmore. I'm positive that was Alan Covert. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Bearded caddy Otto is played by Alan Covert. There we go. All right, good. It's good to know.
Who played the commentator's name with the short brown hair and the glasses?
The older one, that's Vern Lundquist. He's a famous sports announcer.
I don't care. Stop knowing.
Vern Lundquist is a very famous sports announcer. I'm allowed to know that.
Bree says, who played Bob Barker.
That's a tough one.
What was the alligator's name?
I think that would be One-Eyed Alligator. Oh, the tour president. Oh, that guy is so not James Woods. The guy who played the tour president, fuck, he's in a lot of shit. His name is, I used to think he was James Woods, but he's not when I was younger. But it's Dale or David, I think, who played the tour president in Happy Gilmore. Dennis Duggan as Doug Thompson. Okay, so I was off by a little. Didn't I say
All
Dale?
right.
Did I not say Dale or David? It was a D
I don't
name.
care.
I knew that.
In the ice rink, when Endless Love is playing, what is the old man's name that was holding the mop?
Zamboni guy, I have no idea. There's a guy in the Zamboni? I don't know.
What were the movers' names?
One was Will Sasso, and the other was the guy who played...
Hoping you didn't know that.
The other one was Duke from the Rocky movies, Tony Burton.
You were disgusting.
Yeah,
You're
I
a
think
bad
it was.
person.
Who played the movers in Happy Gilmore?
If this is accurate.
I think Will Sasso and Tony Burton. Will Sasso. But who's the other mover? What is the name of the black guy in Happy Gilmore? Yeah, that's Carl Weathers. Here, let's go full cast and crew. Verified as complete.
We got to go to the movers.
Oh, Richard Keel, Dennis Duggan, Lee Trevino. I would have known Kevin Nealon, too, if you'd have asked me.
What was Grandma's name?
Will Sasso. Oh, no, it was DJ Jackson. It was not Tony Burton. Okay. What was what?
Grandma's name?
I don't know. She's a fucking nobody. Who gives a shit about her? She's probably dead by now.
A lot of these people are nobodies.
Oh, I thought that was Tony Burton. I thought that was Duke from Rocky. I was wrong. Guy who's all numbers with $5 says, wishing you and your family all the best. Thanks for the $5, buddy.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Right. I'm with hamburger steak. This is getting gross.
Let's go to Von Kaiser. Holy shit, you psycho. Aaron is definitely on the spectrum. Jackass guy was already pretty famous in Canada. Yes, I didn't know Jackass
It's
guy.
just embarrassing.
Yeah, I agree with Atomic Ray. He says, funny how Maui looks just like Hiroshima after the fire was put out. Right? It does look like a bomb went off.
That is kind of what I thought. Somebody just nuked the thing.
Yeah.
It does not look like a normal wildfire.
You're not going to convince me that is just a random wildfire. Bullshit.
And will anybody look into it? Probably not.
No, of course
and
not.
you know what?
Because nobody. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because none of us are going to demand that they do. They're just going to move on.
You know what's extra sick? I tuned in just to check the weather today, and they're putting up all these poor, heartbroken, homeless, hungry citizens that are left behind that don't know if their family is dead or alive, crying on the news.
Yeah.
And they don't care.
They don't give a shit.
It almost brought me to tears earlier watching this poor woman cry. She didn't know if her family was alive or not.
They don't give a fuck.
They don't care. They don't care.
We have, look, one day we're just going to have to commit to the movie Autism game because I love it so much and I have such a hard time moving on.
What was the guy with the huge mole in Goldmember? What's his name?
That was Mike Myers. Oh, the guy with the mole. I thought you meant the guy with the peeling skin. I was like, that's Mike Myers.
No.
The guy with the mole is Fred Savage. That's easy. Fred Savage is a superstar. It's a household name.
Shit.
They can't just be like tiny things. They got to be character actors.
Fine.
They can't be like, nobody's like, who was the third extra in this movie or that movie?
What was the pig's name in Pig? The Nick Cage movie.
It was Nicolas Cage. He actually played the pig.
I'm looking for my truffle pig.
Looking for my truffle pig.
I want to watch that.
They play that movie so straight, and it's actually pretty good. Like, you find out a lot about this guy, what happened to his family and shit. And you're like, this guy rules. He's awesome. This movie's good. Goes to that underground fight club.
Not Joe Pesci, but what was the other guy in Home Alone breaking in? The other...
it's Daniel Stern. That one, come on. Daniel Stern, he's a guy. Is that all?
You know, I give up on everyone I come up with because I just assume you'll know it.
With that house that exploded, says Raz of Chaz, you wait, they are going to say, see, this is why you can't have a gas stove or water heater. Yeah, that's going to be a pilot light or a gas leak or something like that. And they're going to go with, oh yeah, the danger of gas stoves or water heater.
They're going to put the fear of God into anybody with a...
I don't think they blew up that guy's random house, but I think they will try to say like, oh yeah, that's the danger.
No, but why let a good disaster go to waste?
Daniel Stern was the voice of adult Fred Savage in the Wonder Years. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Who played Moana?
I don't know. I only know The Rock from Moana. That's it. I know The Rock's in there. I don't know the girl. I don't care about that dumb girl. Girls are stupid and they smell funny. Amy Staley says, what's the name of the crazy dude that stands on the corner with the cape over by my dad's house? That's St. Cloud Superman. For sure.
Oh my God, we were walking downtown and got to, like, Gino and Keanu have seen that guy.
They got to see St. Cloud Superman.
We waved at him and he made contact with us.
Who, by the way, has a giant Santa beard now.
He's had it for a long time.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I see him a lot.
The guy who played Heavy Duty in G.I. Joe, speak his name out loud. I don't know. I haven't seen that one. I'm sorry. I apologize. So, yeah, it's got to be a movie I've seen.
Who was the black midget in Bad Santa?
Oh, fuck. He's dead now. His name is Black Midget in... You can't really call him the Black Midget in Bad Santa because he's the only midget in Bad Santa.
Right, which is why you should know him, right?
Tony Cox. Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten that one.
Interesting.
Ironically, he's Tony Cox. The guy who plays Debo in the Friday movies, his name is Tiny Lister. He's a huge guy. Name's Tiny. This guy should have been Tiny Cox, not Tony Cox. Then again, if your name's Tiny Cox, that's embarrassing.
Your parents hated you then.
Yeah. Who were the two rednecks that Cable stole their truck in Deadpool 2? I can't remember that one either. I've only seen Deadpool 2 once, excuse me.
What was, who played Stifler in the American Pie movies?
Oh, Sean William Scott.
Fine.
Yeah.
Who played the dorky, dweeby, dark curly-haired dude in those movies? What
Jason
is
Biggs.
the main guy?
Jason
Okay.
Biggs.
Damn it.
Eddie K. Thomas played
This is
Shitbreak. Christopher Klein played Oz, and the kid
What
from
was the girl's name? She's also in How I Met Your Mother.
Tara Reid, Allison Hannigan.
Nope, the redhead.
That's Allison Hannigan. Or are you talking about Shannon Elizabeth?
Oh, fuck, they're both in there. Shit. God damn it, you just outdid me.
Who played T.S. in Mallrats? Jeremy London played T.S. in Mallrats. Thank you very much. Who played the really cool guy in They Live? That was Keith David.
Who was the father in American History X?
Oh, the dad from Boy Meets World. That's Daniel. God damn it. Who played the dad in American History? I think his name's Daniel something. Edward Norton. Who played the fucking dad? Ethan Suplee. Furlong. American History X. Who's Papa Bear? I knew Elliot Gold if you would have asked me that one. Jesus Christ, his dad's way down there on the... He doesn't even show up. Dennis or Ethan Suplee. How the fuck is he not in there? Is he in an uncredited role?
I don't know.
No way.
Edward
Norton, Ethan Suplee, Fairuza Balk. Oh, William Russ.
So you weren't right.
No, I wasn't even close on that one. William Russ.
So, I just had one and I lost it.
Phantom X says Powers Booth. No, Powers Booth was in Sin City. He was in Red Dawn.
Oh.
He was in a bunch of shit.
Who played tuberculosis guy in Tombstone? I have not yet begun to defile myself.
That's Batman.
That's not his
That's
real
Val
name.
Kilmer.
Okay.
That's an easy one. Tom Green's dad in Freddy Got Fingered. Come on, that's Rip Torn. He's a god. King Arthur in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It wasn't John Cleese. That was John Cleese was Lancelot, I believe. King Arthur was played by... Fuck, I can't remember.
Who played Cassandra in Wayne's World?
Tia Carrera. That was an easier one.
Okay.
Matt Damon and Alan Tudyk. Alan Tudyk played, didn't he play the pirate in Dodgeball? I thought he did.
Who played Big Tom and Tommy Boy?
Brian Dennehy. That's an easy one. Who played the mean prison guard in Shawshank Redemption? You guys are going to hate me for this one. That would be the guy who played the mean. He was also the voice of Mr. Krabs in SpongeBob SquarePants. That is, God damn it, it's right on the tip of my tongue. It's Clancy.
He just says Tom Clancy.
Clancy Brown. That was Clancy Brown. Nigel Terry played King Arthur in not Excalibur, in Monty Python and the Holy Grail is who we're looking for. That was Clancy Brown. I got that one. Whew.
Who played Cornelius the priest in Fifth Element?
I have never seen the Fifth Element start to finish, so I don't know.
He's a huge part of that movie.
I've never seen it.
I'm
sorry. I apologize.
Okay.
Who was the prostitute on Firefly? I've not seen Firefly. Who played Dauber on Coach? Coach I didn't watch. Another easy one, Tom Hagen in The Godfather. That was Robert Duvall. Who played O'Reilly's brother in Oz? Haven't seen Oz.
Who played Stefano in Days of Our Lives?
I've never seen Days of Our Lives.
The Great Phoenix.
I've never.
Fucking guy died 300 times and still came back.
Oh, he was also the voice of Lex Luthor in the animated series in DC. Okay.
What is the lemur's name that played Zaboomafoo?
That was Zob. That was Zaboomafoo.
I just want to hear you say it.
For sure. Who was the main star in Shakes the Clown? Bobcat Goldthwait. King Arthur in A Knight's Tale. I've seen A Knight's Tale, but it was so long ago, I don't remember who's in it. I don't even remember King Arthur being in it.
Who played the king in The Other Boleyn Girl?
Never seen that either.
God.
Who played Private Pile in Full Metal Jacket? Vincent D'Onofrio. Easy. Who played John? I've never seen Beverly Hills Cop either. You guys got to remember, I'm young. I'm young. Never seen Beverly Hills Cop.
What the hell?
Graham Chapman, thank you, was King Arthur and Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Who played the blonde chick in Beverly Hills Ninja?
I haven't seen Beverly Hills Ninja in years. I couldn't remember that there was even a blonde girl in the movie.
Fine.
Who played Marv in Pulp Fiction? Marv in Pulp Fiction. Who the fuck was... Oh, Marvin. That was a Mad TV guy, Phil Lamar. Played Marvin in Pulp Fiction. That was Phil Lamar.
Who played the drug guy?
Which drug guy? Oh, that was Eric Stoltz.
Very good.
Yeah. Who was also supposed to be Marty McFly.
Can you name the cast of the real-life Scooby-Doo movie?
Oh, the guy from Without a Paddle, Matthew Lillard.
Good job. That's Shaggy.
Seth Green? Was he in it?
Nope. Who played Fred?
I've never seen those movies. I just know Matthew
Freddie
Lillard's
Prinze Jr. Who played Daphne?
I don't remember. I've never seen those movies.
Michelle Gellar. Who played, what's her face?
I never saw this movie.
Linda Cardellini.
You can yell at me all you want. I never saw the fucking movie.
You're a bad person.
Who played the two brothers of Adam Sandler in Little Nicky? Wasn't one of them Nigel in the Replacements? I can't remember that guy's name, and I don't remember who the other brother was in Little Nicky. Who played Idi Amin in The Last King of Scotland? That would be Forrest Whitaker. Who played Barnes in Platoon? Tom Berenger, who's also Jake Taylor in Major League, another wonderful movie. Continuing here, who played Chad Zumock in the Chad Zumock Story? Hopefully Bud Dwyer.
Benoit.
Who played?
I'm sorry.
Who played Super Shredder in the Unusually Humid Summer of '91? Kevin Nash. Cooter Soup Instruction says, who was set production for Pee-wee's Playhouse? I don't know. Max Fisher, who was the killer in Urban Legend? Never seen it. Who played Mario in the 1990s Super Mario Brothers movie? There was John Leguizamo was Luigi, and Bob Hoskins was Super Mario. Bug Alien's wife in Men in Black. You do have me there because her name, I know she's been in a bunch of shit.
Oh, yeah.
But I can't remember.
Oh, for sure.
It wasn't Frances McDormand.
I know who that is, too. She is in shit.
Vincent D'Onofrio wife in MIB. It wasn't Frances McDormand. It was Karen Vanderdonk. I would have never got that.
Dumb name.
I would have not gotten that.
Who played Meg in Twister?
Mickey Rourke was not Marvin in Pulp Fiction. Mickey Rourke was Marv in Sin City. How dare you?
Maybe they screwed the movies up.
I've never seen Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Never seen Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. Never seen Young Frankenstein. They're going to be mad at me for that. I've got to try and catch up. I'm way behind here. Who was the killer? And I Know What You Did Last Summer. Never saw it. Who played Johnny Tyler in Tombstone? God damn it. Johnny Tyler was played by I'm not gonna get it. Who played Johnny Tyler? What? Oh, Billy Bob Thornton. I would have got that. I was thinking of Ringo.
Why are you yelling?
I was thinking of Johnny Ringo. I wasn't thinking of Johnny Tyler. I would have got that one. I knew that was Billy Bob Thornton. I was thinking of the wrong guy. My bad. Fuck me. Who played Kevin Brennan on MLC? A tomato.
An aging one.
Who played Brother Ray in Game of Thrones? Who's Brother Ray?
Brother Ray?
Are you talking about the guy who ran that convent?
The guy. The guy.
The guy who got killed with the axe?
He's in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, that's Ian McShane. That one's easy.
Who played Sarah Connor in Terminator?
Linda Hamilton. Can you name the Major League starting lineup? Yeah, at third base, that would be Roger Dorn, played by Corbin Burnson.
I love third base.
At pitcher, that would be Ed Harris, who was played by, I can't remember the guy's name, but he was also Conrad Hilton in Mad Men. But Rick Wild Thing Vaughn was played by Charlie Sheen. Jake Taylor was played by... the catcher was played by Tom Berenger, and the right fielder, Pedro Serrano, was played by Dennis Hasbert, and the center fielder, Willie Mays Hayes, was played by Wesley Snipes, but Omar Epps in the second movie.
Who played Hitler in Inglourious Bastards?
You know what? I don't know. I just know it was Bruno Ganz in Downfall.
Every time he sees Hitler, he just likes to imagine it was actually him.
I think it's actually Adolf Hitler. All right, continuing on here. Rob Zombie was set production and showrunner for Pee-wee's Playhouse. I did not know that. Who played Doc Holliday in Wyatt Earp? Have not seen Wyatt Earp. Who played Sweet Tooth in the new Twisted Metal show? Have not seen it.
I've got it. Who played the ghost of Gino Bisconte on Saturday night?
A dying guinea. Who played Llewellyn Moss in No Country for Old Men? That was Josh Brolin, not James. I always fuck that up. That was Josh Brolin. Who was the voice of the dildo and magic sluts from Venus 8? I got to go watch that one again.
Who played the tire in Rubber? What brand was it?
Michelin.
Okay.
I believe.
Who played the serial killer in The Cell?
Vincent D'Onofrio. T. Jefferson says that's her. The redhead was Alicia Witt. Okay. I Am Walter says, who played Mr. Larson in Happy Gilmore? We just got that one, Richard Keel, but I didn't get it. I had to look that one up. I'm only picking movies that I know the name of, and I don't know any of the... If I'm not reading your movie, I see it. I just didn't see the movie, so I don't know. All right, guys, let's get the hell out of here. It is time. That is overtime. I hope you guys enjoyed playing that little game with us towards the end here.
His gears are smoking now.
Yeah, that took a lot out of me. And I still have to prep a morning show. I didn't get time today to get a morning show prepped up.
Well,
so
I'm going to rest my throat.
Thank you guys.
Fuck it later. Sorry.
Thank you guys very much. $35 into tomorrow's goal. So we appreciate you guys throwing the morning show people a little charity. That's very nice of you.
Thank you.
April, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. Saturday was fun.
To the rest of you, thank you very much for the 9 years. We're now beginning year 10. Click that link in the pin to the top of the chat. Get tickets to see Chrissy in October here in Sartell. We can't wait to see you at that. Talk to you again tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Central. Take it easy, everybody.